Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hello, Record 1. Al Javiero 6. Mr. Smoky Clouds, M Cooperative. Alright, y'all hear me? Cool. Alright, happy Halloween, everyone. Unless it's not Halloween where you are anymore, but it is where I am, so. Hello, Paprika Maru. Glad to see so many familiar faces. Wow. Oh my god, she's here. Yes, I am here. Here I am. It is me. That's a weird face. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Smokey on your YouTube streams. I do remember you. I spelled here wrong, I give up. That's me, literally. Every single time I try to type, you're good. How's everyone doing tonight, though? How was your Halloween? Or how is your Halloween, depending on where you are. Hello, Jade, how you doing? Let me get YouTube chat up. A lot of fun. Streams early today, tapering off. Fun times. Gotta work some work over the weekend. I know how that feels. Just watching some spooky YouTube videos and movies. Nice, Smokey. Happy Halloween, Vasin. How are you doing? If you guys aren't familiar, Vasin is who did the YouTube model and the background right here. So, very talented individual. Very highly recommended. Thank you for joining us, Vasin. Hello, Danny. Hello, Chameleon. Hello, Third Wheel Legend. Just saying hi to the YouTube chat real quick. Wave Innerverse. Hello, how are you doing? I gotta make sure I say these usernames correctly. There's another one. Shoot. Great to be able to catch a stream. I'm glad you're here. We're just hanging out for Halloween. I don't got much planned, so I thought, why not have a spooky stream where we hang out and watch spooky stuff, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time, and I have a whole bowl of candy next to me, by the way, if you hear the crunchy noise. Majed loves you. Just watched gameplay of this horror game called Amenti this morning, and it's legitimately the scariest game ever, in my opinion. Really interesting. Paprika Mario, what kind of spooky stuff? I don't know. Like, I was hoping you guys would recommend stuff to me. I'll just look up spooky videos to start off. But if you guys want to, like, recommend me anything you find spooky that's, like, appropriate, that's, like, on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, I'll be happy to see it. I'd be happy to watch it. Candy is absolutely the order of the night. Yeah, no, I very rarely eat candy, but I have so much left over. I watched a new movie and just watched Blame It on George new video. Nice, yeah. He worked very hard on that one. And you might have noticed the dog cameo in the first half of that video. That is my Shiba, Yusuke. My fave YouTubers upload Nexpo, Nick Crowley, Jorge Windigoon, etc. Nice. Nexpo and Nick Crowley, great people. I met them before a couple years back. They're great people. There's a scene where the player takes off a coffin and there's this creepy screaming. Interesting. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I am not a big horror game person, but I've considered playing a horror game tonight. I'm just not sure if I want to do that just yet. YouTube chat, it's kind of frozen up. There we go, okay. I'm doing good. Slowly making the Christmas cloak toggle a bit. Bit by bit. Awesome. That's so cool to hear. Yeah, like, as an artist, I've been trying to, like, get Christmas stuff done myself, but it's so hard because I'm, like, multitasking, like, YouTube content and then the VTuber content, and the merch stuff that I've been trying to get out has just been, like, lagging behind. Do you know Rainbot? I do. I do know Rainbot. I mentioned this the previous stream, but, she beat me, and Vane Dragon, how are you doing? She beat me to the, fake documentary Q video. I was gonna do that because a lot of people in my comments were suggesting I make that video. She beat me to it. So yeah, I am familiar with her. I watch her videos every now and then. I watch her video on the Glico Morinaga case. But I'm not like an active watcher, but I do watch her stuff every now and then, yeah. Music kind of loud? Hang on. I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. Let me know if that's good. It was kind of in the yellow, so you are absolutely right. But yeah, Rainbot, I do watch every now and then. I'm kind of holding off on my fake documentary Q. First heard of fake documentary Q from Nick Nocturne, to be honest. I have never heard of that channel. All I know about that is that people were suggesting I cover it, and I didn't see any videos on it, really. So I was going to. And, yeah, then other people beat me to it, so, you know, the biggest thing with my content is I don't want to, like, copy anyone, so if anyone does a topic I'm, like, planning on working on, I'll just wait and, like, you know, do it at another time, I guess, if that makes sense. Heard of this lost anime called Pinch to Punch or whatever? I don't remember its name 100% sure. Are you talking about Go for a Punch? Because I never heard about Pinch to Punch. I watch Q because of Rainbot and Nick Nocturne videos. Yeah, like, I want to say like a year ago I was getting suggestions to cover Q. And I just didn't get around to it because between my health and other video projects I was working on, it unfortunately didn't work out. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. There's like 100 million other video topics I want to work on, so it's completely fine. And I'll probably do a general like mockumentary deep dive eventually in the future. So it's really no big deal. Glad to tune in again to one of your streams. Thank you, Vane Dragon. I'm glad to see so many people like tuning in again. I do have some really exciting news too for people who have been joining in on Twitch specifically. I am happy. Hang on. Let me zoom in a bit. Let me zoom in a bit because it's kind of big news. Big news here. As big as these. Well, not really. Not really as big as those. There we go. So I have some pretty big news. I was officially deemed a Twitch affiliate a couple days ago. So I am officially a Twitch affiliate on my VTuber channel now, which is huge news, which is something I did not expect to happen so quickly. And genuinely, it's all thanks to you guys. So I am beyond happy. And I just want to announce that real quick and thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Like, thank you so much. I did not think I would be Twitch affiliate this quickly. I'm not partner, of course. Like, no, I'm not partner, but I am affiliate, and that's really, really cool. So genuinely, thank you so much, guys. Like, genuinely, thank you. There's a large rock heading towards your head at the moment. What? What? Congrats, thank you, Javier. Hey, Vane Dragon, how you doing? Congrats on the milestone. Thank you. No, I genuinely did not think I would reach affiliate just yet. But so many people have been like, my last stream, especially my last media stream on like a Tuesday evening of all things, it hit like so many milestones. I was so genuinely surprised. Like, YouTube got an ad right after you said that. Yeah, there'll be ads now, but like, it's big news. You got affiliate. Yep, I got affiliate. I just got affiliate. I just went through all the stuff to make it official. I am officially a Twitch affiliate. It's so great. I am genuinely so happy. Thank you, Record. Thank you, Vane. I am genuinely like beyond happy right now. So yeah, I just wanted to like bring that to you guys, bring that forward to be like, you know, it wouldn't be possible if you guys weren't joining my streams and like enjoying them so much. Like, to me personally, I was like, I didn't personally know if my streams were enjoyable at all, or you know, I'm sorry, why K-Rock? What the hell is that question? I didn't think I'd reach affiliate this quickly, but this is awesome because reaching monetization on YouTube is a bit harder. It takes a lot longer. And when I was like reaching like YouTube partner status, like back in the day, it took a long time. It took me years. Do you know how long it takes to get partnered? It really depends on how many people join your streams, how many people join your, how many people subscribe to you. Not subscribe. Subscribe's different on Twitch. How many people follow you? So between follows, follows, views, it really depends. Why, Croc? Come on, man. Come on. Chilling here, good listening conversation after all. Thank you, Cooperative. You're very sweet. Yeah, I do, Vane. Heard there was a rock coming your way. I'm the rock. Well, that's great to hear. Hello, CM. How you doing? Don't mind me eating candy here. I'm just hanging out, eating candy. It is Halloween. Where's the lost media? There is some lost media I want to talk about. Absolutely. I'm good. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, friend. It's a bit of a slow Halloween. Nice job. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Vane. It's really no big deal. It's not that bad. Yo, Sakura, how's your Halloween? Hi, Grand Tactician. How you doing? It's been good. It's been slow. Didn't get as many trick-or-treaters as I thought. But, I got a lot of candy. So, there's that. Yo, is this the new Twitch affiliate? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm new here, but I am a lost media enjoyer. What kind of lost media do you usually talk about in these streams? Genuinely, just anything anyone wants to talk about. Like, if you check out my last stream, the VOD is on Twitch and YouTube. Excuse me, I'm inhaling candy. Oh my gosh. I'm good. Any lost media. My motto is, as long as it's not like involving the tragedy of somebody or like anything that like hurts anyone, I will cover any lost media. Like anything anyone is passionate about, whether it's like lost dubs or Tokyo stuff or like lost radio dramas, just any niche you're into, I will cover it. Just you gotta suggest it. Drink some water. No, I'm good. I have some tea right here. I'm good. You don't have alerts? I don't know. I just signed up for the affiliate thing, so I'm genuinely not sure how that works. Hang on, I got a long comment up there that I didn't read, my bad. Oh dear, where'd the chat go? There we go. For spooky season, check out the Lost Media Wiki article for Southern Television hijacking. Television hijackings are genuinely so creepy, like the Max Headroom incident. Mods, can we get the lost media? Oh my god, bro. Bro, come on. Give me a minute, guys. Max Headroom perpetrator still being unknown to this day is absolutely wild to me. There's a very interesting Wang video about like who could have possibly been the perpetrator of that, and we can go through that tonight if you guys want. There's somebody who came forward and said they possibly met the perpetrator of the Max Headroom incident years and years ago. And I've always wanted to like dig into that more, I guess, because there's so much to it, and I feel like that person is definitely out there. It's an interesting mystery for sure. Hi, Haidolith. Hello, how are you doing? Or Haid. Tell me how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But how are you doing? Oh my gosh. I've been watching your YouTube since the Do Not Search iceberg popped up years ago and been the patron about 1.5 years, so it's pretty great to find out you're doing Twitch streams now. Thank you. I have, yeah, no, this VTuber thing is very new, but I thought it would be a fun outlet to just talk about lost media and be myself outside of my more professional content, I guess, because a lot of my content, like on main, deals with a lot of really serious subject matter, so I thought, you know, this is probably like a really good fit for that, and I'm having a lot of fun, so I'm glad you're here. Hate is fine? Okay, cool. But hi, so glad to catch your stuff. Watched since you had like 1K subs. Wild growth, and you've killed it. Thank you so much. I saw like 1 to 3 subs, 1 to 3K subs for years and years until about like 2022, and then it just blew up. So like the people who have been with me since those days, like genuinely, you guys are the real ones. I know Leon X8 is another real one who's been there since like before I popped off. Like genuinely, you guys are the real ones. The Southern television hijacking is kind of wholesome though. It's just some dude pretending to be an alien asking for world peace. It is creepy though. We'll check it out. Yeah. Have you, Mr. Smoky Clouds, do you have an unsolved case that has been stuck in your mind? Genuinely, I'm not big on, like murder mysteries, like, despite my content niche on, like, my main channel, but the Tape World Monster, I brought this up a few streams ago, and it's an interesting one. It's basically just, like, a movie cutout, like a cutout from, like, a DVD release, and there was like a little monster on it. People could not figure out where it came from, and they found out it came from Spy Kids, but they haven't found the actual like cutout it came from. So that one's like always been on my mind, like despite it being like a thing like back in 2021. So that might be one. The murder of Nicole Brown Simpson being unsolved was very scary. I remember seeing my mom watch that trial when I was a very small child, and her being just genuinely like outraged by it. So I won't go too much into that because that's a whole thing in itself, but genuinely such a sad case. Grand Tactician, I love your VTuber model so much, so expressive and cute. Thank you. I am, Vasin was just in here. Vasin is who did the model, the rigging, and the background. So mad props to them, like huge props to them. If the glove fits, wear it. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, we're not going down that rabbit hole. Is there going to be another Japanese internet horror and controversy video coming up soon? Vane, we are going to go over a, there's a 2chan iceberg I'm working on. There's that. Hello Sakura-san, you are the same Sakura that runs Sakura Stardust YouTube channel, right? I'm a huge fan of your content there since 3 years. Yep, that's me. This VTuber side quest is literally, I am Sakura Stardust, but Sakura Star is the VTuber. Fuck yes, 2chan iceberg, I'm glad you guys are excited about it. Yeah, no, I'm the same person though. That is genuinely me. Do we have any follow-up on the heart mascot guy? I always wonder that. You know what? Victoria Owlglass. There is an update. I would 100%, because this isn't like, I'm not the one who really like landmarked that mystery. I would definitely look into Virtual Carbon's Discord server for that, but there has been an update, and they did find the person who made the costumes, and it's actually somebody who's based in America. I don't remember like the details offhand too much. But yeah, no, there's been some updates. They haven't like found the actual tape itself, but they did find who made the costumes. Oh wait, I've seen some of your videos before. You make some good lost media content. Thank you, CM. Yeah, no, I am Sakura Stardust. I just separated, what is this stream about, Mabel dear? It's, we're just gonna, like, go over, like, random lost media, and then just go over, like, horror videos and stuff. It's just a chatting stream. Like, there's no real, like, set plan here. I'm just hanging out on Halloween. Yeah, no worries. We're just no end goal for the stream, just chatting. Yeah, burning lava is absolutely right. Genki Sakura, hi, Genki desu yo. Totemo genki, sugoku genki desu yo. No, we're just hanging out. Will we get to watch all 2 minutes and 17 seconds of Pokemon Computer Warrior Porygon? Bruh. No, we're not watching that. We're not watching that. I will not expose my viewers to something that could potentially harm them, but yeah, no. That would be wild, though. That would be absolutely wild. But yeah, no, we can watch, like, the Max Headroom incident stuff. We were talking about TV hijackings. There's, like, the Southern hijacking thing we were just talking about. I do have a lost media topic I kind of wanted to spotlight, too, in addition to that. It's always a pleasure to hang out. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vane. So, you know, we could just hang out and do whatever. Spend the evening together. I'm just hanging out. But, yeah, watching Computer Warrior Porygon will be wild. A censored version probably exists online. No, probably. I believe vibes-based stream. No, absolutely. No trick-or-treaters? No, well, I did get some, but not a whole lot. But yeah, I think a censored version of that episode does exist online because it's only the last, few minutes of it that, like the conclusion of it that has, like, the visuals, the flashing lights. But we're not gonna risk that. What would you rather have found, OG Jeff the Killer image or In the Distance? Absolutely In the Distance. Like, no questions. Oh, the flashing was Pikachu's fault anyway. No, for real, for real. It wasn't Porygon's fault. And Porygon has been banned from the anime for decades because of that. But no, genuinely, like, genuinely In the Distance, because that's one of my babies. That's one of my white whales. In the Distance and the Akiba tape are searches I kind of started myself when I was first getting into, like, lost media stuff. So, like, the Jeff the Killer thing isn't really a search I started personally, so I would love to see In the Distance, see a conclusion and see it be found and recorded. And I have made, like, genuine efforts. I have, I search Yahoo Japan auctions regularly. There's a person I found who actually owns a copy of In the Distance that I've been, like, contacting every now and then. Like, just saying, hey, if you're ever interested in selling this, like, let me know. But aside from that, like, yeah, no, I don't know. But, like, I would love to see In the Distance found, absolutely. Jeff the Killer image is a kind of a weird one because if it has ties to the Mariko lead, which, there is, like, it's not confirmed, but it's possible that the image is of a woman who was, bullied online by somebody who was her boyfriend, who kind of, like, made a blog to, like, get her to lose weight or something crazy like that. I don't know, that one's a little more, it's tricky. That one's just kind of, like, a little darker. But, In the Distance, I feel like the musical works of Yasuko Endo should be heard and should be appreciated, so absolutely In the Distance. If for Porygon does not deserve such a fate. No, for real. For real. Like, Porygon's so cool. Halloween is almost over for me, EST here. No, you're absolutely right. You're in, yeah, like 4 minutes to go. Yeah, I'm on the West Coast, so we got a few more hours here. If you know about the They Might Be Giants, I definitely want to talk about the They Might Be Giants Rabbit Child music video. It was never released in its entirety, but it does not exist because it's a very short... It does exist because a very short clip was shown in A.J. Schnack's documentary Gigantic, A Tale of Two Johns. Interesting. It's on the Lost Media Wiki. Okay, we can check that out. There is one thing I want to start with, but let me pull that up on my web browser real quick, and then we can do that. About me eating candy. Alright, I'm just pulling it up for future reference. Let me look at the chat again. Rabbit Child music video, okay. Let's see. They might be- I found it. Alright, cool. We'll read that later, absolutely. We were gonna talk about the Max Headroom incident too. I think there was some interest on that, so let me do that. Let me add that to my little list of bookmarks here. And then the Southern something. There we go. So we got, we already got quite the lineup tonight. Jane the Killer. Oh, hey, Hori, how you doing? Ancient creepypasta or no, for real. They Might Be Giants is a fun band. I've heard of them, but I've never, like, heard their stuff. They work with Homestar Runner a few times. I haven't heard the word Homestar, the title Homestar Runner in many years. Same with, like, Homestuck. That's another thing I haven't heard of years until recently. Also, Grand Tactician, that's very sweet of you to say thank you. My favorite creepypasta was 1999. I'll be honest with y'all, I never really got into creepypastas too much back in the day. I was more into, like, those, like, found episode, or, like, episode theory copypastas, like the Rugrats one, where, like, Angelica hallucinated all the babies and stuff, and then, like, Ash was in a coma. Just, like, weird stuff like that. Like, that was what I was super into. But, like, as far as, like, Jeff the Killer and stuff, I was just not on that side of the internet. Sam, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. We're just hanging out. Nom 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 nom. She likes the coma theories? No, for real, this is so cringe now, but when I was in high school, I shared the, Rugrats theory in a Facebook, like on a Facebook post with like my friends in high school, and I was like, oh my god, guys, did you hear about this? Oh my god. And it was so cringe. It was so cringe. I believed it. Classic Ed and Eddie is Cross Time Purgatory. Oh, I've never heard that one. I've never Sonic EXE. Oh, but let me find that, like, Southern hijacking real quick before I, like, lose my train of thought. I'm very prone to that, so give me a minute. I think it's the Southern Television hijacking, so we'll keep that on here for spooky stuff. And we'll read that later. Let's see. It's okay, Sakura, I believe the Squidward creepypasta back then. Yeah, yeah. A lot of those I just believed at face value. Ben Drown was another one. I was like, oh my god, this guy actually found this creepypasta in in like the words. They found this like cartridge of Majora's Mask in a garage sale, and it's cursed. Like, I don't know. I guess the frontal cortex was just not not developed yet. Ben Drown, like, even like the videos that corresponded with Ben Drown were so creepy to me, and I was like a huge Zelda fan at the time, like when those were still like ongoing. When I was younger, I was scared of Sonic EXE, which led to me being scared of Sonic in general. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I can top that. I mean, I was really scared of the Mario head at the start screen of Mario 64 as a kid. I would make my dad go to the start screen, and he would I'd be so scared. Like for real, I'd be so scared. I would really want to play Mario 64, but I'd be so scared to like see that Mario head pop up. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. But like, I would come up to my dad and be like, hey, can you like start this game for me? I'm scared. And he'd be like, why are you scared? And I'd be like, just do it, please. I'm scared. And he would go and start up the game, like on the N64. He put the cartridge in and turn it on. And as it was turning on, as I would hear the console turn on, I would like run out of the room and like peek from the very corner, like just peek my eyes to see if like is it on? Is it gone yet? And then I see that head pop up and Mario go like, hello, and I just run out of the fucking hallway. And my dad would have to get it off the screen and like start the save file, and that's when I would like be done with it. That's when I would like finally be free to play the game. So like genuinely, like I had some weird ass fears, like, so it's all good. That smiling dog picture always freaked me out back then. Yeah, no, that was another one. Are viruses the closest thing to IRL curses? Maybe. Burning lava, maybe. Glad that the guy behind Ben Drown was able to finish the story. I have not heard the finished story, so that's interesting. What got you into 80s stuff? I'm personally into late 60s, 70s stuff due to the music from that era, and I think the aesthetic and fashion from the late 60s and 70s is super cool. Gosh, I don't know. I think, gosh, let me think. My mom kind of told me about a lot of stuff from the 80s because she was a teenager and in her 20s in the 80s, and it just sounded cool to me. Even though she kind of worded it as something that was kind of cringe, kind of like how I talk about, like how I would see the late 2000s and early 2010s is like you know, like scene stuff. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's totally like high school stuff. Like, you know, I would just view it as like, you know, a high school trend. And that was my mom with 80s stuff, and she would like talk about it. And me at the, like, she would talk about like Madonna's fashions and how they were all like super in style when she was like in her like late teens. And I was super into it. Like, I was like, oh, that shit's cool. Like, oh, and then I would like look into it on like iTunes and YouTube, and just like, I don't know, it just kind of it just kind of budded from there, and I just kind of got super into it. Like, I was like in like the 8th to 12th grade, I was like super into 80s stuff, and people were like why do you like that stuff? And I don't know, I was just super into it. I used to be scared of the Windows XP shutdown sound, not even joking. I had to mute the computer before turning it off. That was me. my family, when I was like 5 years old, they owned a Windows 98. That was like our first family computer, like the first computer we ever owned in our home. Nobody really touched it because they didn't know how to use it. I would use it for like MS Paint and Pokemon.com and Neopets and Nickelodeon.com with like that trading card like game thing they had back in the day. But nobody would really use it. And I remember that startup screen would scare me so much, and I don't know why. It would, like, genuinely terrify me. So, like, that's valid. That's absolutely valid. Another thing, I don't know why, but if you were, like, around the early 2000s, you know that, like, dial-up internet would, have images load very slowly, like brick by brick, like downward, like what the first part, the second part, the third part, like just downward. It would load very slowly. And a hobby of mine when I was like 8 years old was to go on eBay and just look at like Sonic plushies and Yoshi plushies. Yoshi was my like hyperfixation back then, absolutely. And just stuff that I was like wanted to buy on eBay. And back then eBay, PayPal wasn't like common. You'd have to like, for most sellers, you'd have to send in a money order. And I'm talking like 2002. Like, a lot of people didn't trust sending your credit card info online at that point, I don't think. And you would have to like send a money order like by mail to this person before they would ship it. And hang on while I eat this candy. Alright. So like when these, to get to my point, the images would not be on the listing. You would click the title, so for example it would say like Super, or like Mario Party plush or something, and you click on it and the image will be in the description. It would load very slowly, and for some reason I would be so scared of that, where I would like click on the listing, but I would really want to see what the plush looked like. So I would click on it, I would scroll down to like the description, and then I would just bolt out of the room until it loaded. It would take like a good minute because like internet back then wasn't super fast. And I would just peek from the corner of like the hallway leading to the computer room, and I would just like wait for it to load, and then I would just slowly inch back and like look at this Mario plush that I wanted like to ask my parents to order from me. It was weird. It was so weird. I don't know why I was scared of that specifically, but like weird things like that, things popping up at me like the Mario head in Super Mario 64, random images on the internet that were really big and took forever to load, just stuff like that always scared the shit out of me as a kid. I don't know why. That was like my creepypasta. I miss when we had a dedicated room for the internet. Yeah, no, it was kind of half the guest room and half like the internet room, but yeah, it was pretty much a dedicated internet room. I recommend as a palate cleanser to watch a video by Morgan Donner titled 500 Years of Haircuts, but skip to the 3408 mark onwards since the video was pretty long. It's a cool video. I'll consider that. We got a lot of lost media to get through, so we'll get through that first, and then I'll consider that. 500 Years of Haircuts. Maybe too broad of a question, but in the lost media community, how do you try to deal with the Mandela effect? I checked the Jurassic Park franchise entry on the LMW, and a lot of it is internet folklore from the turn of the century, most likely fan fantasy, really. I don't know, like, there is some stuff, like a lot of Mandela effect stuff, like, I have heard of, but nothing I've really encountered personally. The only thing I really think I was, like, a victim of, if you want to say, is the Bernstein Bears. Like, people say they're called the Berenstein Bears or the Berenstain Bears, and that's, it really, like, that's the only thing I ever feel like I was, like, I experienced as far as Mandela effect stuff, like the book series with the bears. But as far as that stuff, it's not really something I've encountered super frequently with the things I research. So I haven't really addressed it head on to where I had to, like, you know, consider that just yet, if that makes sense, Accentique. When you were in Japan, did you only stay in Tokyo, or what prefectures did you visit? I was in Tokyo and Mitaka. I did not go anywhere outside there, unfortunately. I really want to go to Osaka. And, yeah, I just haven't yet. I would love to go back, but right now, like, the tourism situation kind of scares you with how people are just, like, treating the country right now. And just, like, it's just so crowded and awful. Like, that's not how I remember Tokyo being at all. Even though Tokyo is a crowded place, like, all the videos I see with the tourism and all, like, the awful people, that wasn't a part of my experience at all. So I'm just kind of waiting for the right time to go back. And I'd love to go back to Osaka, because I have friends who recently went to Osaka, and they said it's amazing, and, like, it's absolutely something you should, like, go and, like, experience. So eventually. But, yeah, no, I've only been to, like, the Tokyo area so far. Mitaka was, like, the farthest out I went. And maybe Shimokitazaya, if that counts, but I think Mitaka's farther out. It was the dining room for me. I used to play the first Serious Sam game. Serious Sam sounds familiar, but I can't pinpoint what that is. Evil Farming Game was kind of Mandela affected. It was, genuinely, yeah, it was. They said it was a game, but it ended up being a video by, like, Vinesauce or something. Did anyone else get scared by the one Mario Sunshine commercial uploaded on YouTube that ended with the zombie screamer at the end? That has forever stayed with me. I have never seen that. I was never really, like, big on screamers. I was more like looking at AMVs and, like, cringe shit like that, to be completely honest, like, back in that era. Like, if anyone remembers, like, the Avenue Q AMVs, like, that's where I was. The Oron High School Host Club AMVs, like, that's the kind of shit I was on back then. Yes, those gaijins are respectful. Like, no, like, like, I wish people would just be more respectful, but, like, I know, just, I don't know, it's such a lost cause right now that I just hope it, like, dissipates eventually, because I feel like post-COVID there's a lot of tourism, and maybe eventually it'll dissipate. I don't know. I really want to go back to Japan, but the Japan that I'm seeing online right now is not the Japan I remember, if that makes sense. Osaka was awesome, so was Tokyo and Kyoto. I love my trip to Japan. So much fun. Can't wait to go back. Yeah, I'm glad you had a great, sorry. I'm glad you had a great time, Grand Tactician. That's awesome. I want to go back too. Gosh, next year will be the 40th anniversary of the passing of Yukiko Okada, if anyone knows about that. I don't want to pull it up on screen because it's kind of a dark topic, but I would really love to go to her memorial or to her grave and just pay respects. That would be in April of she passed away in 1986. She was a Showa idol, and the internet is for puppies. Oh my god, Accenting, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know. Solid Ellipsis, how you doing, friend? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. But no, like, I do really want to go to Japan to, like, celebrate the anniversary of not celebrate, that's not the right word. I just want to pay my respects. And I want to do, like, a documentary on Okada Yukiko. But I don't think I can do it well unless I'm in Japan to, like, foresee that and, like, record, like, the fan response and, like, you know, because every year people will gather at the place she passed and, like, leave a pile of flowers and her old records and, like, just, it's crazy. And I know I'm not, like, giving, like, context here. It's just a really dark story, so I don't want to get into it too much. But if you know what I'm talking about, it's something, like, as far as Japan, like, I really would like to go in, like, April, just to pay my respects. And there's a lot of filming I want to do in Japan too for videos, but, you know, we'll see what happens. I've been fascinated by Japan as well. Like, I love the sound of the language, especially with how the R is pronounced, like the soft R, yeah. I want to visit, but now freaked out. I want to be freaked out. I just, I would avoid tourism season. And maybe summer, because summer's just really hot and uncomfortable. I don't know, it just, all the influencers and the like crowds and the people disrespecting the country, it leaves me wary. But I feel like it'll get better at some point, hopefully. My first beer in Japan will be Strong Zero. How bad will it be? Oh, man. Oh, brother. Oh, I have heard nothing. But, I've heard some stories about Strong Zero, and none of them have described it as being a weak beverage, if you know what I'm saying. So, you know, Godspeed to ya. Anyone else got Mandela effect with Pikachu with the black tail? Nido-san. No, actually. I know the female Pikachu sometimes have like the black heart at the end of their tail, depending on like, how they're portrayed in like art. It's like the Cuban copy of liquor. I don't know about that either. Writer. I know about Vietnamese coffee. I know that's strong. Okay, how about Sapporo beer? Genuinely, Sapporo's so weak. It's so weak, man. It's not my preference as far as alcohol goes. I'm more a Blue Moon girl. Like, I don't like beer in general, but a wheat beer I can tolerate. Sapporo's not really it. Sapporo's kind of like with Asahi. They're just like the basic beers, if that makes sense. They're like the Bud Light of Japan. Or like the Budweiser. Sometimes you wonder about lost media. How could someone lose that media? Then you remember the OG lunar recordings were taped over. Oh yeah. Were you the one talking about that last stream or a couple streams ago? I remember somebody was like talking about how the actual high quality moon landing was like now it was like lost media now because they taped over it or something. That's crazy. That's genuinely diabolical. Luckily, I didn't encounter any disrespectful tourists while I was there, but yeah, they are just embarrassments. Yeah, Grand Tactician, like, last time I was there was February of 2020, like, right before the shutdown. Like, right before the shutdown. There were quarantine sections as I was leaving the country. I am so lucky I didn't get, like, quarantined or something. But, I had a good time, but, like, I did see some, like, really bad, like, tourist issues in like the Ghibli Museum, like the Studio Ghibli Museum. There was a lot of people not from Japan that were being really loud and inappropriate, like in the theater part of it and in line, and a lot of like really inappropriate behavior like that. I remember in Akihabara, I remember seeing those guys that rent the Mario Karts. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like you know. There's people that rent these Mario Karts, like IRL Mario Karts in Japan, and like the locals hate them. Like they genuinely hate them, like for real. They do not like them. And I remember somebody like driving through Akihabara at like 9 p.m. when I was just like looking at the arcades, hanging out, just having a good time, just like seeing what I had to see. I played that like JoJo arcade game, is really fun. I played some like Taiko no Tatsujin. I was having a good time, just like solo traveling, having a good time. And this fucking this dude was like ripping through like Akihabara, like drunk driving almost. And I hear him drive by, and he's like, "I fucking love Japan." And he was like dressed as like Donkey Kong in like a onesie or something, just something stupid like that. And I was like, bro, like he didn't like actually like damage anything, at least from like my brief glimpse of that, but like it was just so loud and just so destructive, and like how he almost like hit various cars and things. Like it was an experience. I could hardly imagine like how they get like nowadays. Do you have an interest in Korean media or culture? Personally, in terms of live action stuff, I found myself more into Korean output by far, but Japanese anime over Korean animation definitely. Yeah, Solid Ellipsis. No, it was nuts. It was a very brief moment. It was like 10 seconds at best, but I was like, bro. Come on now, bro. Hi, Mihai, how are you doing? Welcome back. Korean media, I do like the dramas, I'm not gonna lie. I do like my brain rot webtoons, like the romance webtoons. Like when I'm really bored late at night, I'll like check out webtoon and be like, oh, the dragon brides, whatever the fuck, like, oh, new chapter, and I'll just read that. So I do like webtoons, not gonna lie. There's another one I've been reading that's kind of like story-wise, it's very wacky, but it's called like A Withered Flower, Tears on a Withered Flower. That one's crazy. So as far as like Korean media, I've been like, webtoons are like my brain rot right now, like before bed. As far as like other Korean media, like I watch like K-dramas occasionally. I'm not super into K-pop. Let me think. I want to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. I haven't yet. But yeah, no, that's that's about my extent. I'm doing pretty good, Mihai. Slow Halloween, just hanging out. I'm not so familiar with webtoons. Webtoons, I like to call them girl brain rot because a lot of them just are like very clearly written by women, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to put it because a lot of them get really NSFW really quick. K-pop Demon Hunters is good, can't recommend it enough. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I do really want to watch it, I just haven't had the chance to yet. Hi, Waves Inverse, how you doing? If you guys are just joining us, I am now Twitch affiliate. So I'm very happy about that. We're also kind of celebrating that. Isn't it animated in America? Oh, because it's Sony Burning Lava? I don't know. But, you know. There's one comic about God being drunk. A fuck that I love. Being a drunk fuck that I love. I've never heard about that, but that sounds like a webtoon. That genuinely sounds like a webtoon. Webtoons are so... They're like professional fan fiction sometimes. It's like, bro, how did you think of this premise? Like, this is so unrealistic, bro. I can't keep eye contact. Any rabbit holes you've fallen down might have been ancient Egypt and John and Jane Doe cases, as in unclassified victims. It's also fascinating. Let me think. There have been a few every now and then, but like nothing that comes to mind immediately. There is one kind of, but it's not really a rabbit hole. It's just like a video someone made, and it's like a really interesting niche of lost media that I kind of went down. So no, not November or DD December. I don't know what DD stands for, man. Have you seen Monster anime? How would you rate it without spoiling? Okay, so with Monster, I watched it years ago, and I didn't really get into it. It was just too much of a downer for me back then, and I was more into like more fantastical, happy shit back then. But I have been rewatching Monster recently, and I'm only on like episode 3, and I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it now as like a more matured adult, and I'm kind of excited to like see things I missed in the plot, if that makes sense. I do really like, last time I watched Monster was like 2014, so like there's a lot of stuff that's like lost on my brain. Monster or Pluto, like genuinely, I just heard about Pluto like 2 days ago, and I do really want to watch Pluto. I haven't yet. I've never read webtoons, but I have read a ton of ads for them, so all my knowledge of them comes from them, and some of it was certainly something alright. Yeah, no. Dungeon Dice is oh my god, yeah, for real. Have you watched the Pluto anime? No, I have not watched Pluto. I have not. But I do want to. I saw a recommendation for it on Instagram just only like a couple days ago, and I heard it's good, and I really want to watch it, so no spoiling. No spoiling. They got the same author. Oh, Monster and Pluto have the same author. Okay. Okay, no, that's crazy. Okay, another thing I've been watching recently. I haven't watched Kaiji Ultimate Survivor, that gambling anime. I've always wanted to watch that, and I started watching a little while ago. It's just on my backlog, but that one I'm liking a lot too. Pluto is super good, awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. Did you like Perfect Blue? That's the idol one, right? The Satoshi Kon one. I like that one a lot. I like that one a lot. It's kind of a mindfuck, but like it makes sense, and it's just, yeah, no, it's good. I like Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is crazy, but I like it a lot. A beautiful piece of cinema. Hello chat, what is happening? Kenneth Cooler, how you doing? We're just chatting. We're gonna look at some like spooky stuff a little later. I'm just kind of catching up with chat real quick, and you know, going from there. Totally underrated. The animation sucks. But did you see Paradise Kiss? I have not seen Paradise Kiss. I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. Hi, Thrasty Lavender. Hello, Spaceman. Sorry, I'm just noticing the YouTube chat real quick. I can't put YouTube chat on screen because Twitch terms of service. Greetings from the Philippines. Ryan Guzman 2010. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Danny G, Chameleon HRT, Third Wheel Legend, Kneecap Destroyer, holy crap. Duan, Nero-san, Chameleon HRT, Spaceman, Smug JC, Happy Halloween. Bluester, hello, Happy Halloween. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining me. I love how chill Sakura's resting face is. Thank you. That's usually when I'm looking down at my phone, like when I'm doing this. But no, the model does well. Alex is still here? Yeah, I'm Alex. Hello. There's Alex behind the anime girl. I am Sakura Stardust. We are one and the same. Doctor Who has to be one of the more personally interesting fandoms I interact with in terms of lost media, a low-budget BBC show that's been running for the majority of 60 years, lots of old episodes missing, but once in a while some tapes pop in South Africa or New Zealand. I've heard that. I've heard that. We were talking a couple days ago about the Lost Media Starter Pack and like what are the essential pieces of Lost Media people should know about if they're just getting into the fandom. Like what are the things you should like be cultured with, you know? And we were talking about Doctor Who. Like I was thinking like London After Midnight, A Day with SpongeBob, Cracks, Clockman, the Wicked Witch episode of like Sesame Street, stuff like that. Yeah, no, Doctor Who is definitely a big one too. Like that's been in the community for years and years. The model's eyes are absolutely mesmerizing, quite literally getting lost in them. Thank you so much. I am Vasin has done such a great job with the eyes. Like I am so happy, exactly what I wanted. No context besides Halloween, but I wanted to say that I really loved your 2chan story video. I watched it so many times and can definitely tell the work you put into learning voice acting. I hope you do more like that in the future. Thank you. I have done 3 2chan videos, if that's what you're talking about. I don't recall which one you're specifically talking about, Solid Ellipsis, but I have done a few 2chan videos in the past. I did 3, I think, in general. Just like in my main like 2chan like stories. Is someone an iceberg? Why did I say iceberg? I am working on a 2chan iceberg, but my like 2chan series of like popular like topics and posts from 2chan and threads. I have like 3 episodes into that. So yeah, if you haven't seen the other 2, that's a thing that I enjoy doing. Any guilty pleasure songs, artists, genres, etc. that you have? Mine is bossa nova. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I love it. I swear to God, it has the therapeutic chill vibe, and it's legitimately soothing to me. Like, there has to be some science behind it. Gosh, I don't know. I used to listen to lo-fi a lot when I was, like, in college and studying. Let me think. Maybe Sonic music? Like, Sonic music from Sonic soundtracks, like His World and City Escape and stuff like that. I don't really have any guilty pleasures. Like back in high school, I was kind of like, I would keep it a secret that I like 80s music because people would think I was like weird for liking things that wasn't like fucking Slipknot or what was that band? Broken Side. If anyone remembers Broken Side. Like if I wasn't into like crunkcore or like fucking trap shit, I don't know. Like people would always like judge me for liking 80s music basically. So that was kind of a guilty pleasure back then, but now I just don't have any guilty pleasures. I just like what I like. Maybe Eurodance, Eurobeat kind of stuff. Like DDR stuff, like that one like Butterfly, like I am your little butterfly, like that song from DDR, like shit like that sounds like that. Caramel Dancin'. What was that other song? Just anything from that genre, basically. The Bumblebee song from DDR. I don't know, that's all I can think of. Alex, how has your day been? It's been pretty good. It's been pretty slow, but it's been good. Genuinely, like, my days are always pretty slow. I don't really do much, but that's fine. I'm happy with my slow, like, work days. One good Bossa Nova song I recommend is I gotta butcher that name. Isen Satez by Stan Getz. It's absolutely beautiful. No, I'll check it out later for sure. Damn, people don't like 80s music. Absolute trash taste. If I met someone who didn't like Queen, I don't know what I would do. To clarify, this was back in like 2010, and we're talking about like 16, 17-year-olds. Like, this was back when I was in high school. Like, they were like, oh, you don't like Slipknot, or you don't like LMFAO? Like, just shit like that. What is Doggo and Kitty doing? Doggo and Kitty? Doggo's good. I think he's just sleeping somewhere, honestly. What, are you guys ready for some Lost Media? Because I'm ready for some Lost Media. And there's a topic I want to discuss that we didn't get to discuss last stream. I went through some requests from my like Instagram posts and like social posts for like suggestions to talk about Lost Media. But we didn't get to it just yet. Oh, I know, but still, any time period not liking 80s music is wild to me. Yeah, you guys ready? All right, perfect. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was back in high school, and now all these people that like kind of shit on me for liking this like genre of music, all like this genre of music. It was the same people that shit on me for liking anime, and they all like anime now. Like, they like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer and shit. So like, whatever. It was the opposite for me. It wasn't cool for someone to like Slipknot here, but I did. Really? Gosh, to be a teenager in 2010, like, I saw so much Slipknot stuff. I like all your 2chan vids, but I was referring specifically to your Japan's Darkest Creepypastas vid. Oh, I'm planning on a sequel to that. It's just editing that one's kind of tricky, not gonna lie. It's damn. It's I need a lot of like stock footage and ambient stuff to like edit those creepypasta videos, so I am planning on another one. It just takes a minute. But there is one plan, so thank you for enjoying that solid ellipsis. Now it's popular to like anime. For real. It genuinely is. But let me go ahead. I've seen a rant from Emily about how anime fans have it good these days and don't realize it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I remember hiding that I liked anime back in the day. Just to be cool. I would pretend to be a scene kid just to be cool. I would like wear my hair like that. Not because of the trends or not because I liked it. I would just like not want to be bullied anymore for being an anime kid. And like, because I would wear like anime shirts and you'd be like one of those greasy anime teenagers. And then like the second I turned into a scene kid and was like, oh yeah, I love Twilight, whatever. What's that one band? Something on the dance floor. I don't. Just like oh, I like Tokyo Hotel. I like Blood on the Dance Floor, whatever that band was. Like, then the second I like started like acting like that and masking, people kind of Panic at the Disco. No, it was a different band, like Blood on the Dance Floor or something. Yeah, Blood on the Dance Floor. That was it. The second I started acting like like a scene kid, like people stopped bullying me. And it was nice. So I had a scene face for the sole purpose of not wanting to be bullied anymore for being an anime kid. That was my hell no. That was my lore in high school. Like back then. Like I bought a bunch of skinny jeans. I even like I just like learned to do like straightening my hair. I bleached my hair at home one night and I just like, will there be a VOD for this live stream? Yeah, there'll be one on YouTube. There'll be one on YouTube, and there should be one on Twitch. I turn on VODs for Twitch, so wherever you're watching, there should be a VOD. But yeah, no. Being an TLDR, being an anime fan was not cool back then, to the point where I would like hide it. Like, I was in anime club, and that was like such an awful, traumatizing experience just from the sheer from all the bullying. It's really insane how anime has gotten so mainstream, for better or worse, honestly. You mentioned about Japan and the issues they've been dealing with. I feel like anime blowing up is part of that. A lot, sadly. Yeah. Resident Unfathomable. You're absolutely right. I feel like, especially with like its impact on popular culture. Yeah, I feel like there's like, it has its say in that, unfortunately. Especially with, that's a whole thing we can get into, and it's not really like worth getting into right now, but, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Speaking of anime, are you a City Hunter fan? I am. I'm not the demographic for City Hunter. I am not a man in his 20s in the 1980s, but I do really love City Hunter. I have a 1/6 scale Hot Toys Real figure. I have 2 animation cells from City Hunter. I think one's from City Hunter 2, one's from City Hunter 91. I have 2 of the original CD soundtracks, like the first printings of them with like the obi attached to them, like the little strip on the side of the CD. Yeah, I'm a big City Hunter fan. I was super into City Hunter like early on in like, I want to say like 2013, 2014 is when I super got into City Hunter. I don't know why. It's just, that was like my gateway drug to like 80s anime, that and Maison Ikoku. And yeah, no. Rank all 4 City Hunter seasons. 2 is number 1 for me. 2 is definitely 1. First season's alright. I would say 2, then City Hunter 3, then 1, then 91. Favorite manga, and yeah, that's about it. I'm not including the movies or anything, and I'm not including the like new movies. I'm not including Angel Heart. I don't like Angel Heart, by the way, just to make that clear. It feels just so out of place to me. Favorite manga, mine is Berserk. I love Berserk. I love Berserk so much, like you don't even know. Rest in peace, Miura. Rest in peace, Miura. Like for real. I love Berserk, and I have been keeping up with it for years and years and years. My favorite manga in general might be Berserk. Let me think. I do really love Maison Ikoku, going back to like the 80s anime stuff. Like the manga of that, I think, is far superior to the anime. I feel like anime is pretty mainstream now. I'll talk to people who are like, oh, I don't anime, but I watch, and it's not Pokemon or Naruto, it's Jujutsu Kaisen or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo, I feel, is not a gateway to anime. I don't think JoJo is like the gateway drug to anime. Like back when I was to explain what I mean, like back when I was a teenager, like my gateway drug to anime was probably Inuyasha or Evangelion or something like that. I don't think JoJo can really introduce people who are not used to anime quickly, because JoJo is so fucking weird, and it's definitely an acquired taste. Like, as somebody, I'm personally a huge JoJo fan. I love Stardust Crusaders. I love the OVA. I love the David Production anime. Jotaro is my favorite JoJo. Absolutely, hands down. Part 3 Jotaro, the like angsty, aggressive one. That's my favorite by far. Not marine biologist Jotaro. We're talking about like part 3 Jotaro. With that said, I don't think JoJo is an introduction anime at all. Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah. I like to call Jujutsu Kaisen a Zoomer anime just because sometimes I'll watch it and I'm like, oh, they're significantly younger than me. Cause like, you know, I was born in the 90s, and like when I watch Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm like, oh, there's definitely a generational gap now. Like I don't feel like I can relate to the younger characters. Maybe Gojo, like, cause he's an adult. But aside from that, like, I'm just like, nah. So, I feel like, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, like, those are great anime to introduce yourself with the medium. They're not bad anime. One Punch Man, yeah, no, those are all great. Death Note's a great anime, too, to introduce yourself. It's not super anime-y. It's more of a great, like, thriller, suspenseful, like, it's a great series in general, aside from, like, it being an anime or not. So, like, you know, like, I don't see, to get to my point, I don't see JoJo as like a gateway anime. But all those other ones, yeah, absolutely. Have you heard that they will release the City Hunter PC Engine game on Steam and Nintendo Switch sometime in 2026? What? 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 There was a PC Engine game for City Hunter? What? I vaguely remember that back when I was super into City Hunter. I might be confusing it with Akira because I was like into this. I was into both of those at the same time, like super into those. I'd never heard of that though. I'll have to look into that later. Let's see. FMA. Oh, I love FMA. I love FMA. Full Metal Alchemist was the first manga I kept up with, like, volume to volume. Like, whenever, like, my mom would take me to Borders when I was in middle school, and I would just rush to the manga section and be like, new Full Metal Alchemist! And I would just, like, grab it, and I would read it. I fucking loved FMA, man. Like, and then, like, when Brotherhood came out and it was more, like, authentic to the manga, I was, like, just starting high school around the time, like, Brotherhood came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. It was great. Have you seen the original FMA? Yes. Yes, I have. I watched it on Adult Swim back in the day when I was a kid. I was probably not old enough to be watching it, but I do remember watching it as a kid on Adult Swim, the original FMA. With the movie as the, like, conclusion that had Hitler in it for some reason. I remember it, yes, I was there. The very first YouTube video I ever watched, like, ever, was the, like, Full Metal Alchemist Chibi Party from that DVD release. Like, the, like, bonus, like, short from that. Because I was so into Full Metal Alchemist and I didn't have enough allowance money to get that actual, like, DVD yet. So I watched it on YouTube. I installed Flash Player and, like, got to watch YouTube for the very first time for the sole purpose of watching the FMA Chibi Party. And I think that upload is still up. It was from, like, 2006. My friend who doesn't really watch anime has seen Death Note and weirdly Lucky Star. Death Note's great. I don't think you need to, like, and I know there's people that will, like, agree with me on this. Like, I've, like, talked to people who agree with me on this, but you don't really need to be in the anime to, like Death Note. I feel like Death Note's pretty entry level. Lucky Star's crazy though. Lucky Star goes crazy as, like, a first anime because that's a very, like, otaku culture related. I remember watching back on Netflix, when Netflix mailed out DVDs, is when I watched Lucky Star for the first time. I had the DVDs mailed in Azumanga Daioh, like, at the same time, and I watched them both, like, 12-year-old me just watching these anime, and I love that Konata had a DS. I was like, oh my god, she has a game console just like me! Finally, media for me! And I loved it. It's so dated now watching it nowadays, but, like, I loved Lucky Star back in, like, 2008. The original felt like a seinen almost, and Brotherhood... Oh, I missed it. Where'd it go? I like Brotherhood more, though, if we were, like, comparing, contrasting the original and Brotherhood. I like Brotherhood more, because the art style, the story, the tone of it is just more, like, faithful to the manga. And that's what Hiromu Arakawa, is that the mangaka? I don't remember. It's been years. That's what she wanted. Like, that was her original vision. Like, the original anime is fine. And the opening slapped, and, you know, it had a lot to offer, but I will always prefer Brotherhood. After falling down a rabbit hole about them since I was a toddler, I remember anything about... Wait, hold on. Let me go to my comments. I missed all that. You and I are from the same cloth. Thank you, Danny. Anyone wanted to be seen to be part of the scene, I guess. I'm not sure if people actually liked it. I don't know. I only wanted to be seen so people would stop bullying me. Like, if I'm being genuinely honest. Like, yeah, sure, I was a poser, but I was such a greasy fucking anime kid. Like, it makes so much sense now. Like, I didn't actually want to be, like, a scene kid, but, like, when you're, like, 16, do you even know what you want, really? Don't forget to stretch and drink water, thank you. I have water. I have a lot of water. Nice R's, by the way, thank you. I've been studying Japanese since middle school, so I pride myself in my R's. Like, pronouncing ryo correctly, like ryo saibaryo. I remember seeing people I knew make fun of anime 8 to 10 years ago. Yeah. Resident. Have seen them with anime profile pics. No, for real. There are girls, like cheerleader girls, that would bully me so hard in high school. And I saw a photo of one recently. And she had like a Jujutsu Kaisen shirt on. I was like, girl. That's the same shit you were like bullying me for and calling me a loser for liking. But okay. You know, like a character arc, I guess. Whenever someone mentions Lucky Star, my brain replays Timothy. Acceptable anime. I mean, yeah, no, it really, like, the anime enjoying spectrum is kind of wide, but like anime, like, I'm not trying, like gatekeeping anime isn't cool, but like whenever I see people that like, you know, bullied me for liking anime, that like anime now, I'm like, come on, bro, like, please, I hope you had some kind of self-reflection at some point. My favorite anime character is that one kitty from Azumanga Daioh, the tall character got in Okinawa. Are you talking about the tiger one? It's been years since I've seen Azumanga Daioh. I think you mean the tiger one, though. The one that, like, bites her hand. The tall girl's hand. We should get into some lost media, though. Like, people were like, hey, let's do some lost medium, so let's do that. Let's see. Sergeant Frog, oh my god. Ah! Maya, that's it. Maya is the cat. I got ignored. I'm sorry, Mr. Smokey. The chat was going by so fast. I'm sorry. I didn't intentionally mean to ignore you. I can't keep track of chat, like, constantly. Sergeant Frog is another one I rented a DVD from in, like, 2009 from Netflix. And yeah, that's a deep cut, man. That's a deep cut. There's a very cool dinosaur park manga made by an actual Japanese paleontologist. I can't not mention as a dino nerd. What's it called? That was cool. This is so unrelated. Juan, how you doing? Thanks for joining us again. Happy Halloween, Juan. If anyone's joining us recently and hasn't heard, I'm a Twitch affiliate. I am now Twitch affiliate. And I didn't think I'd reach Twitch affiliate just yet, so that's awesome. You're talking about Dinosaur Sanctuary. What it reminds me of, and it's probably has nothing to do with this, is Fossil Fighters on the 3DS. That's a game. If anyone remembers Fossil Fighters, the Fossil Fighters games on the 3DS, I fucking love Fossil Fighters. Thank you, CM. Thank you, Anna. Congratulations. So, you know, that's a huge milestone. I didn't think I'd reach it that quickly, because on YouTube, it's a lot harder to reach, like, that milestone of that caliber. So, I'm very happy. So, thank you guys for watching my streams and watching me yap about random stuff. And, you know, just be goofy and, you know, flub up my streams and all that. But yeah, no, the dinosaur thing sounds cool. My number one lost media, white whales, unknown identified samples and music. Somebody mentioned that to me a little while ago. Gosh, there's a sample from an MF Doom track, and I was looking into it. That was very interesting to me. It wasn't like MF Doom as MF Doom, it was another like name he went by. Phasers, I think? Yeah, the Phaser sample, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Of course, your videos are sick, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. I have a new one out now. It's, haunted ghost spots in Japan. Disturbing haunted locations in Japan, volume 2. So if you're into that, go check it out. I know Fossil Fighters because they were a spirit in Smash Ultimate. I remember that. Oh my gosh. I love this genre coming into the VTubing space. No, for real. I just want a space where I can talk about lost media and just like be myself a little bit more. Not have to be serious. My Fossil Finder was a minigame on DK Encyclopedia CD. I couldn't read English, so it was an experience. I've never heard of that. Well, that's cool. I was the one that mentioned that. It's from a Lost 70s Freaky movie. I love your videos. Thank you. Thank you, Juan. I know I keep saying it, but Sakura's BGM is such a vibe. Thank you! Blame it on George made it. It's not anything you can find online. He made it for me because I needed like some copyright-free music, like something kind of D&B sounding. But thank you so much. That means a lot. Watch the video, Certified Hood Classic. Thank you so much. That means the world to me, honestly. Like genuinely, thank you so much. Blame it on George is very cool. I can confirm. We should get in some lost media though. Speaking of, let me just move my stuff over a little bit. Alright, so the first topic I want to talk about before the things people have suggested, like hijacking incidents and stuff. I saw this on Twitter recently. Hold up. I'm just trying to see which one is the correct one. Okay. So, this user who goes by Loot on Twitter, their YouTube channel is also Loot. They found this extraordinarily rare, well, with the help of Kenny Lauderdale and some other people, they found this extraordinarily rare CD release that has like house music, for this like children's show from Japan from the early 90s. And I was like on Twitter, like reading through this, and I was like, this is genuinely so cool, what the hell? And I thought like it would be a great topic to talk about. Gotta make myself some grilled cheese now, be right back. Enjoy your grilled cheese. So yeah, it's so fucking cool that we found and pursued all three of these. I'm so happy I decided to make a video about Jumping Flash. So, this is a bit of a rabbit hole, but these CDs are incredibly rare, and I kind of want to like, thank you, Jade Simpson. Or Jade, thank you very much. I'm very happy. Like, I genuinely didn't think I'd make Twitch affiliate just yet. But it's all thanks to you guys, so thank you so much. However, yeah, so this last media I want to start with before we get into other stuff. I'm not really doing it justice by describing it vaguely here, but it's like, these are these really lost, enigmatic CDs for this like kids show in Japan during the like early 90s that had like house remixes and like really cool music. So we're gonna go ahead and watch the video together. I think it's important to like spotlight this video because they did hard work on it, and I think it's like a really cool video in itself. So let me pull it up. And we'll watch like the first 10 minutes or so. If you want to watch the video on your own, I highly recommend it. I don't want to like watch the whole thing, because you should absolutely give them the view, because they worked really hard on this video. It's a really interesting piece of like media preservation. So yeah, let's take a look at it. Sergeant Frog, yeah, no, for real. Hi YFG Arts, how you doing? Inuyasha, nice, my first isekai. No, me too, for real. That and Escaflowne. Escaflowne was one of my first isekais. And Fushigi Yugi. And those are like the only three isekais I can tolerate. Like even like nowadays. Anyways, let's go here. There we are. Luckily it worked without any issue. And let me just go ahead and make myself small. I am tiny. There we go. Alright, let's, but yeah, let's watch this. Let me know if the sound's going. Let me check OBS real quick before we go. Looks like everything's on, so yeah, just let me know.
I think Metroid Prime was the first game I ever played with a first-person camera. This is kinda scary for an 8-year-old. This fucking dinosaur is gonna rip my limbs off. It's far from the first-person shooter though. The first-person perspective has been around in the video game development world for a long time actually. In 1973, some really cool student turbo nerds developed a game called Maze War at a NASA student research program. It got popular amongst their friends and peers, and eventually they developed a build that they played with each other over ARPANET instead of studying or having unprotected sex with college girls or whatever. This obviously wouldn't be the last multiplayer first-person shooter, and ARPANET would eventually evolve into the internet that we know today, but I'm not here to give you a history lesson, I'm here to play the funny rabbit game on the PS1.
Jumping Flash.
I really like this title screen. This is what you see when you die and you go to the afterlife. Jumping Flash was developed by Ultra and Exact, two teams that it's hard to find a lot of information about now because their names are so non-specific, and they're both defunct now. But Exact stood for Excellent Application Create Team, and they had a pretty solid run in the 90s making shit for Sony, including that Ghost in the Shell game that you really like to bring up when your friends talk about Ghost in the Shell to distract from the fact that you haven't watched it yet, you fucking poser. Before Jumping Flash, Exact also developed Geograph Seal and put it out for the Sharp X68000 computer in 1994. Looking at the footage, it's pretty easy to see where the blueprints for Jumping Flash came from. Very impressive to me that they put out a game with such discernible 3D graphics on such rudimentary hardware. I'm always impressed by this type of shit. Like, that Super Monkey Ball demake on GBA had no right to be as competent as it was. This shit is basically a portable Super Nintendo, and this is a legit 3D game running completely fine on it.
Yeah, for real. If anyone remembers that game, it was crazy. Like how well it ran.
Bonus finish.
Music slaps too, damn.
Star Fox on SNES is similarly impressive to me, but I'm not enough of a contrarian to say that I actually like playing that game. I'm sorry. It's fun to turn on for 45 seconds to go, wow, look at the graphics. Then I just turn it off and play F-Zero instead. Forgive me, Star Fox 1 enjoyers. I respect you, but I am not one of you. Ultra was best known at the time for doing the CG in Ugu Uga Ruga, which was some weird Japanese comedy show that aired.
Here it is. So this is some like Japanese show for kids, and a lot of the music for it was lost media. So pay attention to this part specifically. This part was so interesting to me that I just had to like feature it here.
In the early 90s. I didn't know fucking shit about this. It had animated bumpers in between live action segments, and it seemed to be made for pretty young children. I watched a few episodes on YouTube with automatically translated subtitles and had a good time, but I obviously couldn't really understand what most of it was about. It's basically just a bunch of rapid-fire sketches and segments with a lot of stylized editing and random shots of people in the street saying the show's name.
Ooga Ooga Luga.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. Love and peace.
And hair grease.
The way they distort people's faces and add in silly sound effects kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, Tim and Eric. I really dug this tiny music video segment in the back half of one of the episodes I watched.
Boom, boom, boom. Achigato boom. Oike no mawali no balaga seyetayo. Boom, boom, boom. Achigato boom.
This song sounds fucking awesome, but it only plays for like 30 seconds before moving on. You can
Like, this was apparently a somewhat popular show for kids, like in the early 90s, and the music slaps, like for real.
see more of Ultra's fingerprint during sections like this. I liked this shit. I doubt I'll be successful in finding it, but I might try to find a torrent of the show online with English subtitles later on or something. If this is and add in silly sound effects kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, Tim and Eric. I really dug this tiny music video segment in the back half of one of the episodes I watched.
Boom, boom, boom. Achigato boom. Oike no mawali ni no balaga seyetayo. Boom, boom, boom. Achigato boom.
This song sounds fucking awesome, but it only plays for like 30 seconds before moving on. You can see more of Ultra's fingerprint during sections like this. I liked this shit. I doubt I'll be successful in finding it, but I might try to find a torrent of the show online with English subtitles later on or something. If any of you fuckers watching this know where I can find it, please hit me up about it. Okay, side note here, I ended up getting really distracted by Uga Uga Ruga for a few days and went down a bit of a rabbit hole trying to find this fucking song. I found out that it's a house cover of this Japanese children's nursery rhyme called Bun Bun Bun, and it's about bees or something. I found a bunch of versions of it online.
Oh, Steven's TV show. The recorder, oh my goodness.
Coming from the bottom, moving straight to the top. Coming with the put up for the #1 spot. Pushing my rap like a push I on the block. Holding my ground, sucker rappers get lost. Coming from the bottom, moving straight to the top. Coming with the product for the #1 spot.
But the version used in the actual
It did
show,
not
the
have to
slick
do
and
that,
funky
what the
house
hell?
cover, continued to elude me. I checked every resource I could think of. I looked on 4chan's music board archive, I checked SoulSeek and every sketchy website I could think of or stumble across, but fucking nobody had ever uploaded this version of this song. It took me a while to even
Maybe
identify it
LimeWire.
in the first
Might have been on LimeWire. Rest in peace, LimeWire.
place, because I only had a translated Japanese Wikipedia article about the show to cite, and I basically just went through every single song listed until I came across this version of Bun Bun Bun. I'm pretty sure the vocals are performed by Masanori Taki, who's the mastermind behind Denki Groove, if any of you are familiar with that project. I think part of the reason why I had so much fucking trouble figuring all this out is because Pony Canyon, the Japanese music label and TV station that both hosted Ugu Ugu Ruga and released physical editions of Denki Groove albums back in the day, seems to have completely scrubbed any and all reference to Taki, because he got caught doing fucking coke. Kids, if you're listening, don't do cocaine. It'll make
So, side note, like, if any Japanese public figure or celebrity or musical artist does drugs in any caliber, you're immediately canceled. There was one piece of lost media I discussed quite, like, a couple years ago, like in 2023, where this girl was in a drama, but because she was an activist for marijuana use in Japan, they scrubbed all of the dramas she was in. I forgot her name. I did a short like years ago on it. But because she was like pro marijuana and like thought it was like beneficial to some people, they scrubbed her dramas and like didn't produce or like create home video releases for them or didn't re-air them, and just pretty much blacklisted her. So if you do any drugs in any caliber in Japan, like, you're immediately just wiped. It's very different from Western culture. It's very interesting, I'll say that.
make you so fucking annoying for everyone around you. So it turns out I was mistaken about Masanori Taki being involved with sample battlers.
By the way, this album cover goes so hard. Like, genuinely, like, this art is so hard.
But I kept the bit in about him getting busted doing coke because I thought it was funny. Sample Battlers was made up of these three musicians here, so thankfully a buddy of mine offered to purchase the CD from a warehouse in China that happened to have it. I was pretty anxious. I felt bad that they offered to spend
Holy
a not
crap.
light amount of money on something that I couldn't really 100% confirm was indeed the song I so desperately wanted to hear, but I had to just wait for it to arrive. It had to be the song, right? It had to be. There's no way with all my searching and all the things relating this to Ugu Ugu Ruga that it'd be a different version of the song, right? It had to be what I was looking for, right? Yes. Holy shit, yes. My friend very selflessly got their hands on Volume 1 and 2 of the Sample Battlers EPs. Volume 3 has never been sold on Discogs ever, and it's unfortunately likely that we'll never hear what was on it. But I'm really
Yeah, so that one, as of like the time of this video being produced, to my knowledge, it never was like up for auction in any caliber and not up for sale anywhere. Like that third volume, like, it was so rare that it's never been up for auction online.
really happy we were able to unearth this obscure piece of 90s Japanese music history. I've uploaded volume 1 and 2 separately on a burner YouTube account that I used to regularly post music on. The link is in the description if any of you are as invested in this as me and want to hear it for yourself. Volume 1 is pretty good as well. The first track is a house cover of Mary Had a Little Lamb, and the final track features some really funny ad-libs from the vocalist.
I love Japan. I love sushi. I love sukiyaki. Wooga wooga ruga. 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 Wooga
Bro
wooga
is hitting it on
ruga.
DDR.
But yeah,
holy crap.
again, really happy to unearth this weird little fucking gem. The CDs came with some cute comics drawn by Yutsugo Chuzonji, who is a manga artist that was known for drawing a lot of oyagi gals, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like young office ladies that act like gruff old men because they're surrounded by them all day. She apparently died in 2005. Rest in peace, queen. She did a manga But yeah, again, really happy to unearth this weird little fucking gem. The CDs came with some cute comics drawn by Yutsugo
That's genuinely
Chusonji,
so
who is a
sad.
manga artist that was known for drawing a lot of oyagi gals, which if you don't know what that is, it's like young office ladies that act like gruff old men because they're surrounded by them all day. She apparently died in 2005. Rest in peace, queen. She did a manga called Sweet Spot that looks pretty cute. It got an OVA in 1991 and it's about this lady that loves golfing. It's on YouTube, I'll link it in the description. Chusonji seemed to be a huge Westaboo. She loved America and spent some time in New York and Atlanta, and even wrote a book about her experiences that I can't find anywhere online, unfortunately. But her fascination and passion for Western culture, hip-hop, and America kind of ties back to the ethos of Uga Uga Ruga. I mentioned before that it was made as a children's show, but it was clearly a lot more than that to the people that worked on it. Toshio Iwa was the head honcho of this project, and he stated that he wanted to convey the values of the world and the diversity of its people, while considering that children are actually relatively mature. And I respect the fuck out of that. Kids aren't stupid, and any piece of media that acknowledges that and tries to engage with them at that level instead of just pandering to them and jangling keys in front of their face is going to be cherished and appreciated by them.
そして傘の骨組みが出来上がる。これが彼の仕事道具である。
Holy crap. That's amazing.
傘の骨組みが完成したら今度はそこに紙を貼っていく。ここで使われるのが和紙と呼ばれる特別な紙。
Yeah, this is like a segment in a little kid show. Like showing how we made like traditional parasols. Which is genuinely so cool because like I feel like you would never see that in a children's show for like a small child in like the West. At least I don't think so. I don't recall ever seeing anything that advanced.
一枚一枚丁寧に和紙を糊で貼り付けていく。
もうそれは自分で言っちゃおかしいけど意地が悪い方だからね、人のやらない仕事は
Hi Leon, how are
夢中
you?
でやりたがる体質だからね。今無我の夢中であれだね、やってるような。
Everybody that worked on this obviously had a lot of respect for the Western arts and hip-hop culture and shit. It's nice to see a program for kids in Japan back then that featured foreigners so prominently and proudly. I think a good comparison over here is Sesame Street, teaching kids that different people exist, different skin colors, languages, cultures, etc. I think it's an evergreen idea for little kids to be taught to empathize with people that look and sound different from them. Anyway, yeah, all of this shit doesn't really have anything to do with Jumping Flash, but all of this information was just scraping around inside of my skull and I felt like sharing it.
I'm glad you're doing good, Leon. I'm doing pretty good myself. Just having a slow Halloween, just hanging out with y'all.
You clicked the fucking video, alright? You're in my world now. Ultra's work on Uga Uga Ruga and other shit had obviously gotten the attention of Tetsuji Yamamoto, Jumping Flash's producer and also a big name at Sony Computer Entertainment in the 90s, and they were tasked with doing the graphics and animations for it while Exact handled the programming and game design, to my
Genuinely so aesthetic looking, what the heck?
understanding. Jumping Flash has a really distinct visual style. It must have been so much fun to be an Ultra employee during the creation of this project. You can tell they all had a lot of fun modeling random shit and making lots of wacky looking textures to make up the environments here. Jumping Flash is often cited as the first 3D platformer, but I've always hesitated to call it that. I think the definition of platformer—
So we're straying from the main thing I wanted to talk about here. If you want to see this video, it's called Jumping Flash is Awesome. And the YouTuber is Loot. And their videos are pretty good. I've been watching them lately. I'm become quite a fan of their works, their video works. Especially since like this Chibi Robo video right here. I've been playing Chibi Robo recently, and I definitely empathize with it recently with like how I've been playing Chibi Robo myself. But if you want to check out the video, more of the video, it's called
I think Metroid Prime—
Jumping Flash is Awesome by Loot. But basically, what I wanted to talk about specifically here is, let's go back to main stream. What I wanted to talk about primarily here is just this one lost song. Or rather, this lost, this lost music from this like really obscure kid show from Japan in the 90s. I need to play Chibi Robo. It's one of those games I saw as a kid and always wanted to play. No, me too. Me too. And I wanted to play it. And then I saw the prices online, like $200 for a copy, and I was like, oh, never mind. I'm good. So I never played. But then it came out on SO. I was like, okay, maybe I should play it now. Hyperfixation on niche things keeps the world rolling. No, for real. For real. I got that DDR video in my recommendation. It's like 20 years old. Yeah, it looks about that old. Remember when DDR was like super big and people were just like going crazy on it. Don't mind me. I'm just drinking water. I'm going to sleep. Good night, Alex. Good night. Good night. I hope you have a good night. I'll be going to sleep like in a bit myself. I'm just hanging out with you all for now. But yeah, have a good night. Is there a professional league for DDR, or am I thinking of something else? I am not sure personally. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. Uga Uga Ruga had a segment called Rodney Guy, which was animated by Greenblatt. What the heck? What the heck? That's crazy. There's so many rabbit holes. But no, like this song. Okay, so I found this on Twitter randomly to get back to the point here. And it was like this tweet right here. And it said, it's so fucking cool that we found and preserved all 3 of these. I'm so happy I decided to make that video about Jumping Flash, which we just watched that video about Jumping Flash for context. And I was like, what the heck? What is this? And then I found this tweet. And this tweet has the link to the actual soundtrack. And yeah, they somehow found and located that, like, in the video they stated like how impossible it is to find this like 3rd volume. And how, like, it's never been online before, but I don't know the details, but they somehow found it. And I think that's so cool. So some, like, really obscure lost media being found that's not really talked about right now. Hi, just dropping by to say hi and say that you're doing amazing. Thank you, Louie. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping by. If you, Louie does my art for my merch that's upcoming. Doing amazing work there, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for dropping by. And just doing a chill Halloween stream. Nothing big, just hanging out. Celebrating that I just made Twitch affiliate. But yeah, like, yeah, no, this is just a piece of lost media I found on Twitter. They talked about this obscure show for kids in the early 90s and how it had, like, soundtracks for it, and the soundtracks weren't, like, available online. And they found the first 2. So, like, the first 2 being these guys. The one on the very left and the one on the top there. And they found those, but that one on the bottom there was apparently very hard to find and very hard to come by. It had never come up online at all ever in, like, the history of the internet as far as, like, what I have found online. And they found it somehow. I don't know the details of that. But they found it and they recovered it, and I think that's really worth spotlighting because that has to be, like, extraordinarily rare and expensive. If one of those releases was $400, I can hardly imagine what Volume 3 was. Like, holy crap. So it's a huge props to them. Hi, thank you for the shout out. Hope you have an amazing stream and congrats. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'm so happy you came by. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Y'all are genuinely so great. But yeah, no, I hope you guys can check out the video. That's just, like, one of my personal lost media side quests recently that I wanted to share with y'all. And, you know, like show to y'all. Hang on, let me move. There we go. Yay! I can finally send bits? Yes, yes, yes. I made Twitch affiliate officially. So you can send bits now. And I think the notification will be up on screen now. I have it enabled, so it should. It should. It should work. Like, if you want to. Like, if you want to. Like, I'm not forcing anyone. I'm not forcing anyone. I'm not forcing anyone. Thank you, Jeremiah. You are genuinely so sweet. Thank you. Alright, I have to go now. My parents need someone to pick them up. Thanks for the stream, Sakura. Always love watching you. I'll catch the VOD later. Have a good night. Thank you, Grand Tactician. I don't know how much longer I'll be up. I'm just hanging out for now. But thank you for joining us. It's been really great having you. Thank you, Leon. But yeah, that was the first lost media I wanted to talk about. But there was some, like... What was it? Like hijacking incidents people mentioned earlier that we should talk about. But yeah, no, just some stuff I thought was interesting. Let me find the actual soundtrack. I don't know if I'll get claimed for it, but I don't think I should. Bro's channel is called Seaman Demon 420. Oh my god. Okay. There we are. Oh wait, it's Halloween, isn't it, huh? Hang on, I gotta find something. There's like a witch hat or something? There's Christmas stuff. Nope. Pepis. Here. One ear, okay. There we go. I am, Neko-chan. Neko-chan this. Okay, there we go. Let me get another one. Bear with me, guys. This is like my first time going into this. Okay, cool. Alright. Here is my Halloween costume, gamers. I am Sakura-nyan. Meowdy partner. Hold on. Meowdy partners. Oh, that looks awful. Hang on. There we go. Meowdy partners! Oh my gosh. Alright, hope y'all enjoy whatever the frick this is. Let me find some more random crap to put on. Beppies. Yeah, Beppies! There we are. Beppies! Here's my Halloween costume, guys. I am the Beppies cat. Wow, live 2D. Not live 2D, whatever this shit is. VTube Studio is great. Miania Shia Ja Mane Nani? Nani kore accentic? Nani kore? Oh, you're Pepsi Man's pet cat. Hell yeah! Pepsi, my beloved drink, yes. I'm more of a Dr. Pepper person. I don't drink much soda, actually. Like, very rarely, but Guys, Throwaway Channel was a wild channel name. No, for real, for real. I just want to show you guys this music they found because they did a lot of cool work here. Mianya Jamane Giano Manejano Midiane. Bruh! I cannot do borrow words well. Mane Manejesurunia. Yeah. Okay, I see the cat puns there. You can tell she put a lot of thought into her costume. No, for real. Like, I put a whole 2 minutes here. Good luck for Fairy Cat Girl. Yes, I am the lucky Fairy Cat Girl. You can tell I'm good luck because I'm green, like a 4-leaf clover. It's crazy it has its own physics, too. I wasn't expecting that. And what the heck? I need to, like, make a witch hat for next year. I mean, it's a Japanese tongue twister, so I should have thought before posting. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something, my bad. I know, Basugatsu Bakuhatsu. That's a popular Japanese tongue twister. One of my Japanese professors in university, used to say it a lot, and we would, like, do it before class. Basugasu bakahatsu. And that means bus gas explosion, to anyone wondering. I'd say you should cosplay as your twin sister Lum. You know, I've always wanted to cosplay as Lum, IRL. Like, maybe next year. Maybe next year, like a cosplay, like, Halloween stream, I can make, like, a Lum model. But I've always wanted to cosplay as Lum, like, IRL. I just need, like, the abs for that. Because she just genuinely just wears a bikini, and that's literally it. How can I sponsor you? I don't know. I just got affiliate. I genuinely... You have my attention. I don't know how Twitch works. Man, like, I just... I just know you can, like, do bits and subs and stuff. Snooze2 cosplay, oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Let's listen to this dang music, though. So this is the rare one. And then, videos. Where's the other one they found? Yeah, these are the ones they found first. I hope I don't get claimed for this, but I don't think I will, because it's so obscure. In the background like that just adds to it. That's just the icing. That's just the icing on the cake.
Little lamb, Mary had a little lamb. His fleece was white as snow. A girl named Mary had a little lamb. It was so pretty, I couldn't understand what I would want to eat. Such a pretty little lamb. A girl named Mary had a little lamb. It was so pretty, I couldn't understand what I would want to eat. Such a pretty little lamb. A girl named Mary had a little lamb. It was so pretty, I couldn't understand what I would want to eat. Such a pretty little lamb. A girl named Mary had a little lamb. It was so
That slaps. It just should have been featuring Catherine. Oh my god. Genuinely, I have the Catherine Full Body Edition on Switch and I've never opened it. It's been sitting on my shelf for years. It is, but I honestly can't stand it. Oh no. It makes me think of The World Ends With You. Oh my god, that is a... Oh gosh, The World Ends With You on the DS. Oh, I remember those days. This feels like a GTA 3 radio song. Yeah, kinda. But, yeah, no, I just... You know, this is found media, and I think it's really cool. But this is the rare one. Where'd it go? This is the one that's, like, almost impossible to find. Like, even Discogs didn't have any, like, record of, like, it being up. Well, let's look at Volume 2 first. This album artwork was so hard, by the way. There it is.
Boom, boom, boom. Achigato, boom. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Achigata. 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 To you, kila kila, no balaga, you lay yo, boom, 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 achigato, boom.
Yeah, there's that. Honestly, that slaps so hard. This late 90s, early 2000s type of music is such a vibe, not gonna lie. No, for real. Boon, boon, boon. No, it goes hard. For real. Damn, I vibe with— no, for real. You ready for GTA 6 to feature Cocomelon music? Oh my god. I hope it won't. But yeah, no, and then the third one that they thought was like literally impossible to find is this one.
Oh yeah!
Got some reggae in here.
Buck! That's the man, yeah. Come we go dandy. Somebody scream. So good about she go mommy so sweet. Tatu pone o walati ton pinsa nukita leto. Choo.
Ote sanga yande mo ota sanga yande mo kiki gonashi yo ido no mawala de ocha wan kai tai no da.
Oh yeah, let me see what else is on it.
Za 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 za.
Oh, okay.
Make some noise! Rock! Get up, y'all!
Are you with me?
Come on, dance!
Are you with me?
Rock!
Fried chicken, finger licking good. Dance to the rhythm like you know you should. Please, oh please, can I have a piece? I've been playing all day. I need something to eat. Good, cook it up best I can. How you gonna do it with a hole in your pan? Cook it up best I can. But how you gonna do it with a hole in your pan?
Nabi, nabi, so cool today. So cool, the nugget, like
That is-
hello.
that
Nabi,
is
nabi, so
something.
cool today. So cool,
Holy
the nugget,
crap.
like hello. Nabi, nabi, so cool today. So cool, the nugget, like hello. Nabi, nabi, so cool today. So cool, the nugget, like hello.
No, for real. This would not fly today. Well, that was enough of that. No, that is definitely not something that would go over well today. Holy crap, I did not have any idea. But, yeah, no, this was lost media, and now it's found, and I thought that was really cool. But yeah, let's talk about some TV hijacking incidents now, since we're talking about, you know, Halloween and horror stuff. But yeah, no, super, like, shout out to this being found, because the lesson here is you need to complain about not finding stuff more often, no, for real. Because, like, who found this? Like, who genuinely found this and bought, like, this is such an extremely rare release, like, whoever found this, like, is genuinely a legend. I don't know if there's an LMW article, I didn't find one myself. But yeah. Anyways, let's start with the Max Headroom incident, because I think that's the first thing we're talking about. So let's read the article. Let's just go through the article as we typically do. Did a big solid. I'll definitely listen. Wait. Went from 420 to speedballing fast, no, for real. Yes, hijackings are so interesting to me specifically. No. I found a Japanese site articling every TV hijacking incident. I really want to make a video or do something with it. I just don't know what to do with it just yet. But yeah, no, definitely check out those lost songs on... Well, they're not found, but definitely check those out on your own. Like, there's a lot of lost media being found that just isn't spotlighted and took a lot of work to actually find and recover. So I think that's awesome. But let's go through the Max Headroom incident just for you know, to get everyone up to speed if there's not a lot of people who have heard of this, so I do doubt it. Anyways. The Max Headroom television hijacking is the popular name given to an incident in which at least 2 people interrupted broadcasts on the night of November 22nd, 1987, on 2 different television stations in Chicago. The private broadcast involved a man wearing a mask of 1980s computer-generated personality Max Headroom. And to those of you who aren't familiar, Max Headroom was a personality on like Cinemax and ABC at this point in time. He was a computer-generated like a mascot. Let me show you guys to make sure we are familiar. So Max Headroom was literally this.
Relax and enjoy my film.
He's just a computer-generated dude who like would host segments.
Warum
basically.
haben die Deutschen so eine hartlige Sprache? Das Nütze Ich war in einem deutschen Restaurant.
He's speaking German for some reason.
Und der Ober brachte mir eine Suppe.
Well, ordinary people like you oughtn't to be afraid to speak up for classical music.
Weird shit like this. guess, yeah.
And of course, he could write for all sorts of voices. Sopranos, sopranos, sopranos,
And
sopranos,
he'd like glitch out and
altos, you
stuff.
name
That
it.
was like part of the bit because he's like digital, and he would have that like trippy background. So like with the Max Header incident, the pirate broadcast involved a man wearing a mask of 1980s computer-generated personality Max Headroom, which we just saw, and then what you see over there on the right is the Max Headroom incident, the guy wearing the mask. While speculation at the time suggested the hijacking was a form of protest or even terrorist attack, it is nowadays widely accepted to be merely an elaborate prank. Hijackers remain at large, and the apparently missing audio track from the first attempt remains lost. So, yeah, there were multiple attempts and some of them are lost. Some of them are found in online though. The first hijacking took place during a news broadcast. Let me make sure I'm showing the screen here. Yeah, okay, we're good. Dude is an Earthbound boss, oh my god. Name Sopranos. Oh my goodness. Alright. The first hijacking took place during a news broadcast on independent Chicago television station WGN-TV, Channel 9, on the dial. Around 9:15 p.m., anchor Dan Rowan was giving the sports report on the nightly news program when his Bears game highlights were abruptly interrupted by a figure in a brown suit and a full latex Max Headroom mask. Head and shoulders only visible against an underlying coagulated tin background. Evidently, a manual mimic of Headroom's signature head edge graphic style. So yeah, he replicated the graphic style visually. It's very interesting. The masked figure seems to be moving to music, but only actual audio is heavy, buzzing static. This lack of a discernible soundtrack is thought to have resulted from a failure to hijack the station's audio frequencies. Discernible, not discernible. The intrusion ran only for 30 seconds. It took WGN engineers to switch to a signal from an unaffected transmitter, whereupon a visibly frustrated Rowan reappeared to tell viewers, well, if you're wondering what just happened, so am I. The second hijacking took place almost exactly 2 hours later, around 11:15 p.m. on PBS station WTTW, during an airing of Doctor Who serial Horror of Fame Rock. This time, since the WTTW engineers had left for the night, the hijackers managed to successfully transmit their complete 2-minute 45-second message, albeit still with heavily distorted audio. Unfortunately, that message is incoherent to the point of it being unlikely that there was one at all, outside of the hack itself. This new production once again stars the masked Max Headroom figure against the same stylized background, but is, as was proven later by internal clues, a separate segment from the first. Given the content, though, it was likewise aimed at WGN. Presumably, the hijackers had the insider savvy to realize WTTV later at night would be a softer target. Max begins this round by asserting that someone on the evidence, probably Rowan, is a freaking nerd. Yeah, I think I'm better than WGN radio sports anchor Chuck Swirsky. Freaking. Then laughing, he holds up a Pepsi can and says, "Oh, Pepsi, great, perfect timing." It says, "Catch the wave." The catch wave of Pepsi competitor New Coke, for which the real Headroom was a spokesperson at the time. Pseudo Max tosses the can aside, shows off what some interpret as a toy, and adds, "Your love is fading," possibly a reference to the Temptation song, "I Know I'm Losing You." He hums a theme song to the children's program Clutch Cargo, which had been airing in reruns on WGN at the time, and says, "I still see the X," a reference to the show's final episode. So there's a lot going on here. It's a lot. The incidents garnered widespread media coverage and outrage from the public. The FCC opened an investigation. Oh no! Hang on, guys. I think my model is frozen. I don't know about you guys, but I believe that he was probably someone from Pepsi. Maybe. Pepsi, if you're watching this, please sponsor Sakura. Oh my god. Give me a minute, my model's frozen. I can still talk though! Yay! I can't move though. I'm a PNG tuber for the next like minute or so. Sorry guys. Can't move and her eyes don't blink. I'm scared. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of in a bit of a loop right here. Let me turn on the music actually. There we go. We're almost there, I promise you. I just gotta get mocap going again. A lot of components here. Alright, let's see if V-Bridger connects. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Alright, I just had to reconnect V-Bridger, which is like a mocap thing that connects to the VTuber model app. It's a whole thing. Anyways, we're back now. Yeah, no, we're back now. If it's the mood of the stream, kinda, yeah. What the heck? Perfect timing, right? Anyways, let's get back to this. I'm not gonna get into the details of what happened on this stream because it gets a little sussy. But we'll go over the aftermath, and there's a Wang video that's kind of interesting. The incidents garnered widespread media coverage and outrage from the public. The FCC opened an investigation, warning that if caught, the perpetrators faced a year in jail and upwards of $100,000 in fines. The case soon went cold, however. Despite the careful planning and expensive, highly specialized equipment that must have gone into this adventure, especially in the 80s, by the way. Like, I don't think this shit would have been cheap in the 80s. The hijackers were seemingly content with their single day's efforts and made no further communications of any kind. Several theories as to their identities and motives have been put forth over the years, ranging from disgruntled employees taking revenge to more sinister cyber terrorism. One popular contemporary theory is that the hijacking was a protest against the then recent rise of premium cable channels using satellite encryption to lock out non-subscribers, proving that this encryption was not foolproof. Premium cable channels hastened to assure subscribers that they did not need to fear similar interruptions. On November 10th of 2010, a Reddit poster claimed to know the persons behind the hijacking incident. So this is in the Wang video, I believe. In 2013, a follow-up to the discussion from Reddit's Chicago forum verified the original poster's details and confirmed the story. Working with these two posters, Chris Nittell of Vice and Motherboard wrote a complete article with additional research that seemingly confirms that the veracity of the two anonymous poster stories, leading to conclusion that the mystery has been solved. However, the names of the suspects have never been revealed, and the original Reddit tipster has since indicated he is no longer certain of his identification. So if I remember correctly, they claimed it was somebody in like a computer club they were in the 80s, and they went to Pizza Hut together, and the guy was kind of weird and off-putting and made a lot of off-putting comments that were kind of similar to the humor in the hijacking, if I recall. But that's all I remember, and I believe it's referring to this. Anyways, the first hijacking is presumed to have been not as widely recorded as the second, since it aired during a news broadcast. On November 22nd, 2017, the Museum of Classic Chicago Television, an online museum dedicated to the preservation of programming from the Chicago area, uploaded a copy of the first transmission to their YouTube channel. On the other hand, due to the large number of American Doctor Who fans regularly taping episodes off WTTW, many copies of the second hijacking survive in full, and several have been uploaded to YouTube. a number with subtitles. And the subtitles aren't really accurate. Oh, shoot. Since the hijacking almost certainly involved two separate segments of pre-recorded video, the unaired audio from the first broadcast may still be in the possession of the hijackers. Since leaking the tapes risks revealing their identities, it is unlikely that this original audio will ever see the light of day. So, yeah, it's probably lost for good. I think this one's fun to watch. Hello, Babby. My doggo is here to see me. What up, baby? Hello. Hello, sir. Hello. But, yeah, I think we can watch this one. I'll pause if we can.
Sean got a good break on it. Unfortunately enough, we scored.
Then they scored again at the Lions 31. Wayne Larrabee called it like this on WGN Radio.
2-yard line, and McMahon back to throw. Dumps it over the middle. Wide open McMahon. Cutting left to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown!
McMahon and McKinnon, 14-0 Bears. Then the defense, which hadn't put up a sack in 12 quarters, finally did.
There it is. Coming. Oh, crap. So yeah. Matt's just randomly seeing that on the news.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I. Actually, the computer that we have running our news from time to time took off and went wild. So what we're going to do is start over from the top with the Bears and tell you once again about the 30-10 victory they had over Detroit today out at Soldier Field. We'll show you from the top and show you again the change that they made today on defense with Maurice Douglas.
Bro was genuinely so confused. Oh yeah, the audio on this is rough, yeah. I have no idea why I found this so creepy the first time I watched it. I mean, it's pretty creepy. Like, out of context. Like, another one that's really creepy out of context is the Pink Morning cartoon. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about here. Like, it's genuinely so creepy, but once you learn, like, the backstory behind it, it's actually pretty sweet. I would love the genuinely, like, like, aside from this is my favorite Blame It on George video, probably. I just love this mystery so much.
Just as soon as the excitement was over, though, Grandma said, maybe you better go out and play in the sunshine. Well, it'll do you good. Every child needs lots of sunshine and fresh air. So she took the kids outside. They danced and they played in the sunshine till they were beginning to get very, very tired. Gene sat down on the ground. He says, Katie, I'm so bored. Let's go ask Grandma what we can do. Hey, Grandma, can we come back in? Sure, kid, she said. Come on back into the house. I'm sure we can find something to do. She went in the living room with her children, sat down on the couch and told them a couple of real good stories. Then she said, kids, I've got an idea. Let's go into the old hat room. There's lots of adventure in that hat room. Oh, Jeannie said, old hat. Hey, Katie, you do look kind of cute in that red hat. She said, you look good in your hat too, Jeannie. They began to look at the hats, and the hats began to sing. A red hat, a blue hat, an old hat, a new hat. Try me, try me, try me, cried the hat. And they screamed out to Kate and Jeannie. They were moving all over the room. Blue hats, red hats, cowboy hats, dress-up hats, every kind of hat, space hats, everything. Try me, cried the hat. Help, get me. The space hat jumped off the shelf and he began to dance. The pirate hat jumped off the shelf and he began to dance. The red hat jumped off and cried, try me, baby, try me.
Oh, you gotta love that fade out too. Sure. So yeah, like that looks terrifying, but the story behind it is actually kind of nice. So you can watch this video actually if you guys want. It's not too long. I remember it being super long, but I guess not. Let me check chat real quick. Well, this is probably rough when originally broadcast. Wait, oh my god, chat's going so quick. Children's entertainment so frequently the creepiest stuff in every language, yeah.
A few months ago, I talked about an obscure missing kids show known as the Pink Morning Cartoon. At the time, there was very little known about the show, besides a few online threads and discussions. From the few clips that were available online, I found the series to be pretty unsettling, but also fascinating.
Yeah, so like, I don't want to spoil like what's behind it. This is actually probably one of my favorite videos of George's, but let's just go through it together.
Apparently, I wasn't alone. A dedicated search team formed from the heels of that video in order to hopefully track down more information and episodes from this strange piece of lost media. So today, we'll be diving down this rabbit hole to see what was uncovered. This is the search for the Pink Morning Cartoon. Before we move forward, I'd like to thank the PMC search team for compiling this information for me. In this video, I will try to encompass what was given to me, as well as my own research. I was invited to their Discord a few times.
Like talking to George, like personally, like there was a genuine search team like searching for this, and like a lot of efforts to like actually uncover like what was, why these animations existed and stuff. It's extremely fascinating.
And while I'd love to join, I'm always afraid I might derail the search with my presence. I always think it's best just to leave the investigators do their thing. Also, I'll be going off of the information from my last video, so check that out if you're not up to speed. But to summarize, on April 3rd, 2020, a post was made on the obscure media subreddit by a user known as Rubbed Lung about an anonymous bizarre public access morning kids show, later to be known as Pink Morning Cartoon. Let's have a look. This first video seems to be a clip taken from one of their episodes. We see a family entering a hat room before the hats begin to move and sing.
That old hat. And baby, you do look kind of cute in that red
voice,
hat.
that like echoed grandma voice though is so creepy. It's so disjointed. Like this is so perfectly analog horror.
You look good in your hat too, sweetie. They begin to look at the hats, and the hats begin to sing. A red hat, a blue hat, an old hat, a new hat. Try me, try me, try me, cried the hat. And they screamed out in Kate and G. They were moving all over the room. Blue hats, red hats, cowboy hats, dress-up hats, every kind of hat, space hat, everything. Try me, cried the hat. Help, get me. The space hat jumped off the shelf and he began to dance. The pirate hat jumped off the shelf and he began.
The second clip.
Straight up blaming it, and by it, well, let's just say, my George. I love how there's like a trend of like that genre of comment on his videos nowadays. I wonder, would anyone for removed from American culture find Sesame Street scary given if given out of context? I don't know, because there's different like foreign versions of Sesame Street, so I don't know if like the concept of it would be considered disturbing. And there's a lot of like puppet shows in even like Japan, but I don't know, it really depends on the culture. I can't say for every culture, but maybe. There is this really horrific looking like puppet show in like Europe. I forgot what it's called. But whenever I see it, it's lost media too, and it just horrifies me. I forgot what it's called, but if I remember, I'll tell you guys. I feel like all lost media is pre-2000s. I don't think there's much current decade lost media. Well, there's actually a lot. There's actually genuinely a lot of recent lost media, and I do want to make like a video with my VTuber about like digital lost media and things that have been lost recently, and a lot of stuff like there's movies that are lost. There's like the Warner Brothers stuff that's lost, like the Batgirl movie that they just kind of trashed and made like a tax write-off. Um, there's like internet lost media, like stuff on YouTube that was deleted. PT, the game demo, PT, that was like for a Silent Hill game. That's actually lost media now, from what I've been told. So there is a lot of recent lost media. A lot of like really like interesting stuff tends to be a bit older, but there is a lot of recent lost media that I've been wanting to like sink my teeth into. The right sketch from Sesame Street recorded onto poor quality VHS is such a way that can barely discern anything that would probably work. I guess it would be technically, yeah. On a smaller scale, I listened to a fan song a lot for years, and when I went to look up the creator recently, the entire thing seems to be deleted from the internet. I've had that situation too. I've had situations where I've looked up like YouTubers I used to watch like maybe in like 2015, 2016, and they're just gone now. It just like exists as like a very faint fragment in my mind. There's this one guy I used to watch a lot that would react to Sonic Boom episodes, and he's just gone now. I have no idea. I don't remember what he was called. I've gone through my subscriptions to see like what his channel was called and everything, and I just cannot find him anymore. It's very peculiar. Also guys, just give me 1 minute. I have to run to the bathroom real quick. But I'll be right back. I promise you. I will be right back. Hello, I am back. Hello. It is I. I just saw etchy stuff in the chat. What have you all been talking about? What have you all been talking about? Pirates Nintendo games. Thank you, Leon. FBI, open up! What's been going on here? What have y'all been talking about? We definitely did not do any crimes while you were on run. Oh, I have some... There are a couple very conflicting statements right there. We didn't do anything wrong and then run. We were doing some crimes, yes. Yes, I see that. Let's finish this video. And then we can go. There was another hijacking. Someone, I believe Majed, referenced it early in the stream. And I want to visit it. Just for the sake of visiting it. I just dropped my water bottle cap. Give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. She looks so silly when she bends down like that. I was loitering and the other dude was jaywalking. Yes. We didn't do anything wrong, but I was still running. Alright, let's finish this video though, because I genuinely really like this video. There's like a bit of a plot twist here. I was trying to incite a socialist revolution. What the heck? Alright, let's watch this video, guys.
Is titled using a bunch of question marks, and is only a shorter, lower quality version of the first clip we saw, so we'll just skip it. By far the most well-known clip from the Pink Morning cartoon is this final one, featuring a song known as Everything's Coming Up Spring.
What a big part of pretty spring day. Everything's coming up spring. Everything's coming up spring. Everything's coming up spring. Yes, everything's coming up spring.
So, that's something.
The only small bits of information available was from what little online discussion there was, and from the uploader of these clips.
Me when everything's coming up spring. I don't know why that's so funny to me. What the hell?
He claimed that he would see the show play in the early mornings of the 90s and 2000s. On Reddit, user Rubbed Lung stated that the show aired in Columbus, Ohio, and that
Don't know if it's the quality of the show itself, but the guy sounds like he's yelling in a bucket. No, yeah, it sounds like Sonic Adventure dubbing, like the way like Dr. Robotnik was yelling in a fucking bathroom stall. Like it's that kind of like low quality dubbing, like that 90s, like we take what we can get kind of dubbing.
Was a homemade religious show for children. Some users from the Lost Media Wiki believe that the most likely channels this show aired on were Channel 2 or Channel 53. Besides that, no one seemed to know anything else about the show. There were no names attached to the program, no information about that creepy song. We didn't even know its official name. Pink Morning Cartoon is simply what everyone referred to it as. It became a mystery, and for a while, it remained a mystery. Clearly, these clips are pretty unsettling, but also somewhat fascinating, and I wasn't alone on thinking that. The fact that they were uploaded years before the Reddit post made me believe that it was unlikely to be an ARG or a hoax. However, after my video came out, some people began to think that it was a hoax, or constructed by Jankum Chick himself. I thought that could be a possibility, given that the fade in and fade out transitions seemed odd for a video that was supposedly not edited. Furthermore, others question how Jankum Chick obtained this footage. He claimed that it was on an old VHS tape that he had, but how exactly? Were all 3 separate clips on a single VHS tape? Or was it originally one episode that Jankum did edit into 3 separate clips? Or perhaps they were from 3 separate VHS tapes? No one really knew. Others thought the VHS static and poor quality were manufactured or edited in. Finally, there were inconsistencies within these tapes that others began to take note of. How is it that Jankum Chick had 2 versions of the hat room scene, one with better quality than the other? Also, some of the transitions and scenes didn't match up, and even the audio was slightly off. Regardless, people began searching for more information about Pink Morning Cartoon, and much to my surprise, a lot was uncovered.
Yeah, so super interesting. People thought it was just fake and made up because like the effects varied and there were multiple uploads from the same person that had like different effects and different versions of the hats and shit. And people were like doubting the uploader, saying like, "Oh, you made this, like this is suspect." Like in the 90s, these effects didn't exist. However, more would be found, obviously.
One of the most captivating things about Pink Morning Cartoon is its song, Everything's Coming Up Spring. So it makes sense that the search began there. Some viewers claimed that the singer's voice sounded like Ron Brown, a ventriloquist from another
Yeah, this gets a little crazy, by the way.
religious public access show, Joy Junction.
Bars go high, bars go low, butterfly said, well, it's time to go. Everything's coming up spring.
That's right, Marty. You know, I was just looking around here. Maybe I'll think of something I can talk to Jerry's dad about, but I was noticing all these flags here in Georgia.
The only problem with this theory is that in 2013, Ron was sentenced.
Whoops, sorry guys.
Also, some of the transitions and scenes, a ventriloquist from another religious public access show, Joy Junction.
Bars go high, bars go low, butterfly said, well, it's time to go. Everything's coming up spring.
That's right, Marty. You know, I was just looking around here. Maybe I'll think of something I can talk to Jerry's dad about, but I was noticing all these flags here in Georgia.
The only problem with this theory is that in 2013, Ron was sentenced to 20 years in prison on CP charges. The whole story is pretty messed up and won't be detailed here. Needless to say, this was pretty much a dead end.
So, yeah.
A YouTube channel called The Inspector posted this comment on the Everything's Coming Up Spring video. I'm pretty sure this isn't from public access, but from a religious satellite broadcast provider known as Sky Angel. They're defunct now, but they had been going since 1996, and I grew up with all these really obscure, low-budget Christian shows they aired. This was likely one of them. I don't think that's a tip that'll lead anywhere for anyone interested in mysteries, if you're here from Blame It on George, but that's just where I think I saw it. Though I wouldn't be surprised if it was also on public access, cause honestly, Sky Angel original programming did sometimes come from there, or at least look like it did. Try as I might, it's almost impossible to find most segments, especially from their kids channel. I'm shocked whenever I find anything at all that's been preserved. Later on, a 2002 promo for Sky Angel was found, and it contained a brief image of what appeared to be a show for children. Some wondered if this was perhaps taken from Pink Morning Cartoon. Sky Angel operated a channel known as KTV, or Kids and Teen TV, so it made for a good starting point in the search. By looking through KTV's schedule at around the time
Yeah, so like the whiplash of that. You went from ARG to genuine heinous awful crimes to, hey, this might actually be something that aired on like a religious network, like a satellite network. So this is such a crazy mystery to me, like for real. Like there's not many lost media searches that have like the same twists and turns as this one, honestly. I mean, there are a few, but like there's so much to this one.
Pink Morning cartoon would have supposedly aired, a show known as Critter Time was found. Critter Time aired in the early mornings on KTV, and could explain all the animals seen in the Everything's Coming Up spring video. However, searchers were also able to dig up the show's description, and it reads, for ages 4 to 11, Jenny K takes children on adventures to visit exotic animals. Also features segments on caring for house pets. This didn't seem to match up with the house room clip. There didn't appear to be a character named Jenny, and there was next to nothing about how to care for house pets. In fact, after looking through their archives, none of their shows had a description that matched Pink Morning cartoon. So Sky Angel was quickly ruled out. It was around this time that a Discord group dedicated to finding the Pink Morning cartoon was forming. The team decided to look through various different TV stations in Columbus, one of which being WINJ-LP. This station was owned by a person named Ella Flowers, and is known for playing a variety of programs, such as old public domain movies, old cartoons, and current religious programs. What's interesting to note is that an old version of this article from 2005 says, the station is notable for its erratic technical quality, which often imparts a bizarre, disjointed, and surreal texture to its programming.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy, right? Like, why was that removed? That matches the bill for the Pink Morning cartoon so well.
For whatever reason, this line was removed in future revisions of the article, but stood out to the search team nonetheless. Pink Morning cartoon could definitely be described as bizarre, disjointed, and having erratic technical quality. Jankum Chick himself joined the Discord, adamantly believing in the show's existence. When questioned about how he obtained these clips, Jankum explained that he and his friend, Maria Ork, had a hobby of recording shows and making mixtapes out of them. Jankum planned on uploading more recordings, but he was out of town for the time being. His friend, however, uploaded this screenshot. This screenshot is of the credits from one of Pink Morning cartoon's episodes. It's a little hard to read, but we can see that the music is credited to someone named Ella Flowers.
Like, that's like, this is what I love about Lost Media, just unearthing weird shit like this, just from the most obscure depths of, like, the internet, or just, like, random, like, recordings on the VHS tape that were just long forgotten. Like, I love Lost Media for this reason. Like, it's so fascinating.
If you recall, the station WINJ-LP was owned by Ella Flowers. Ella is a pastor and a singer-songwriter who actually narrated some of the kids' programming on that channel. So, this seemed like a solid lead. All that was needed to do now was to contact Ella in the hopes of uncovering more episodes. If only it were that simple. Searchers were quick to discover an obituary for Ella Flowers online.
Yep.
It notes that she passed away on July 17th, 2017.
Yep. Someone said something about Kimba, what? I'm trying hard not to sugar crash right now. Honestly, me. Yeah. It makes me so sad when, oh, my birthday, I'm sorry, record. Any frame from that show would make a great Vaporwave album cover. Any frame from that show would make a great Vaporwave album cover. For real. She did the Lord's duty during her life. Yeah, no, for real. Like, she did what she wanted. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Dang, that came out of nowhere. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Record. Yeah, no, thank you, Accentique. Oh man, yeah, it's just so sad. It makes me sad when they finally like identify. Someone must have been talking about you. Maybe. I never watched Kimba. I just remember a commercial for it on Poke. Oh, Overnight Bear. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the 1993 like Kimba remake. I remember that too. It was on the end of the Johto VHS. No. The Johto DVDs. I had a VHS tape. You just unlocked a memory for me, bro. I remember. Thank you, everyone saying bless you. We should have a sneeze counter bot. No, I remember a VHS tape I had as a kid. I got it on Amazon. It was like the first 3 episodes of the Gold and Silver, the Johto Journey series. And at the very end, it had it had a trailer for Kimba the White Lion, and that was my first experience with that anime before I knew about Astro Boy or any of Osamu Tezuka's works. It was at the end of that, and it was so hype. And like I looked into it years later on like Netflix, and all I could find was the 60s series. But then like years later, like after that, like I want to say like 2014, I went on YouTube and found the 1993 series. I think it might have been 1989. It was somewhere in that ballpark, like right after Osamu Tezuka's passing. And no, that just unlocked a memory. I'll show you guys what they're talking about, because I remember it very well. But yeah. Okay, but yeah, no, unfortunately this person passed, and I hate that because one of the things I hate with like unidentified media is like if you find out who made the thing and they passed away. Like that happened with in this case, that happened in other cases, but like with one thing that makes me really happy though is the most mysterious song on the internet, Like the Wind. Every single member of that band is still alive, and they can see the like attention it's gotten online. But like with my own like babies, with my own like lost media searches, like the Akiba tape, and unfortunately Yasuko Endo's in the distance, like she unfortunately passed away. But with the Akiba tape, I'm sincerely hoping that whoever did the vocals on that track and whoever worked on that track is still alive and can see that like people like that song and enjoy it, and like they can maybe like, you know, get some appreciation out of that, like, you know, that people enjoy their music despite them making that years ago, and it didn't really receive any attention and just kind of ended up in a thrift store, just in like a bin. I do remember a Kimba White Lion movie from the 90s. Oh yeah, that too. That's another thing. Like I remember like going back to my little eBay side quest when I was a little kid, and I'd be scared and I'd like run away while the images were loading. I remember seeing Kimba plushies from like the 90s movie, and they were so cute. I don't know how much they go for nowadays, but I remember seeing them. They didn't go for much back then, unfortunately. They're probably a lot of money nowadays. But there was a lot of merch made for that movie, and I remember seeing a lot of it like on fan sites and on eBay, and it was so cute. They had these like little chibi plushies of Kimba, and I really wanted one. Fun fact, one of my dogs is named Kimba. He's a handsome little white dog boy. Oh, that's cute. My dog's named Yusuke after Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. Didn't the mysterious song guys re-release it with a new music video or something? I believe so. Wave inverse. Waves in reverse. Sorry. My friend went to a Panchiko concert just last month. Found music is sick. Oh, that's sick. I've been recently like listening to death metal by Panchiko. Like genuinely so happy that they have appreciation now and that they're playing at like music festivals and shit. That is genuinely so cool. Well, let's finish this video out. Like this mystery is so fascinating to me. So yeah, they're getting to the bottom of it. It actually was attributed to a person who made it in the 90s.
As previously stated, one of the stations Ella owned was WINJ-LP, so perhaps looking through it would be our best bet. By searching through WINJ-LP's schedule at around the date and time Pink Morning Cartoon would have aired, a cartoon known as Kids Fun Festival stood out. With this discovery, one of the admins from the Discord team was able to find an archived Columbus Dispatch article from 1999. The article states, "During the day, programming includes Kids Club, a mission for Ella Flowers. Recently she has worked late into the night, and sometimes all night, on a cartoon for the show. Toiling at a bank of computers across from a fish tank in her living room, she remembers stories from her childhood and adapts them for Kate and Jeannie Jokers." Do those names ring a bell to you? If you remember, the kids in the Pink Morning Cartoon clip are named Kate and Jean.
Maybe you do look kind of cute in that red hat. Because you look good in your hat too, Jean.
Yep.
This not only confirms the validity of this show, but also that the real name of Pink Morning Cartoon is actually the TV8 Kids Fun Fest. For whatever reason, the article called it Kids Club, but the team later learned of its full name. Unfortunately, the Central Ohio Association of Christian Broadcasters, which bought the WING station, now known as WGCT, did not retain any old programming from WINJ.
So much lost media, bro.
Despite another dead end, the search was at an all-time high. Through Ella's obituary and the archived Columbus Dispatch article, more leads and contact information was gathered. It seemed like more episodes of the TV8's Kids Fun Festival was close to being found. Contact was made with Ella Flowers' daughter, Angela Francis. After being shown the Everyday's Coming Up Spring video, Angela said, "Yes, that was my mom. Do you know any others? This is wonderful." After being asked if there were any more recordings available, she replied, "They've been missing ever since my mother passed. But thank you, it means so much." My mother wrote and did the animation for these as well as the editing. It was called the TV8 Kids Fun Fest. Unknown amount of episodes. My mom worked constantly on these. My aunt hosted the show. Kids loved it. Moreover, an interview was conducted with Ellis's granddaughter, Samantha, who joined the Discord server. The interview is quite long, so I'll be showing the most important bits here. Do you think it's likely tapes exist? They definitely do. She had many shelves full of tapes. I know of 10 different ones off the top of my head. My favorite one she kept making for me was The Adventures of Kate and Jean Joker. You have no idea how far we've searched for this thing. Do you know where the tapes are? Unfortunately, when I talked to my mom about an hour ago, she said they were stolen by a cousin who was planning on selling them, and then got trashed and possibly destroyed out of spite by said cousin. They were her pride and joy, and that was a big hurt.
So that sucks. Genuinely awful behavior. Genuinely, like, diabolical behavior. Just throwing at all this lost media.
Is there a way there's a backup? Well, it was the 90s, and I'm pretty sure it would have been on a floppy disk with the original designs and such. And the VHS, that's it. Do you know the cousin who stole the tapes? Yes, but no one has talked to him in a while. I'm not even sure if anyone knows where he is. Do you remember any of Ella's other shows? All I can remember was The Adventures of Kate and Jean Joker. That was my favorite of hers, and I know she made at least 4 or 5 different shorts of full stories of them.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff associated with the Pink Morning Cartoon, which is actually called The Adventures of Kate and Jean Joker. Or the Fun Fest or whatever that other show was. So yeah, there's a lot missing from this, unfortunately.
Throughout their conversation, it was clear that the searchers wanted to remain as respectful as possible to Ella's memory. Are you surprised of the major attention towards your grandmother and her show? Yes. You know when you're a kid and you kinda don't expect these things? I just remember as a kid sitting there with her, watching her make them, and laughing and having fun. And now to see this as a big thing, and see how people are responding towards her various works, brings me a lot of joy. I just wish she were here to see this herself. It's nice to see her memory carried on.
Man.
As of the writing of this video, that's where the search ends for now. We know the name of the show, the creator of it, Ella Flowers, and a rough idea of how many episodes there are. Even though the original tapes were destroyed by one of their family members, hope is not lost. The search team is still in contact with Ella's family, which is a promising lead. They also plan on visiting the church that Ella worked at in hopes of finding archives of the cartoon. Jankum Chick is planning on uploading more recordings in a few months. The Columbus Dispatch article does mention a Christmas special featuring a dancing snowman. This is the only other episode the team knows anything about. If there are any future updates, I'll be sure to let you guys know. I'm not sure what to expect from here on out, but I'm personally extremely proud of the search efforts that have gone into finding the show. It's stuff like this that makes lost media such an awesome part of the internet. Until then, I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Like, that's one of my favorite searches as far as, like, unidentified or lost media. I just left to buy some lunch. Yeah, no, I'm still on. I don't know how much longer, though, because it's almost midnight where I'm at. I'm getting tired. If it was fully restored, I wonder if it would seem a lot more normal as far as kids shows go. Oh, you mean like without like the VHS static and stuff, like how it would have looked on TV? Maybe. Big respect to dear Ella. Yeah, no, for real. Doing all of that, like as somebody who does a lot of editing and like video production on my own, just as one person, that doing it in the 90s when that type of tech wasn't readily available. And it costs a lot of money to just, like, see out and, like, purchase and, like, make happen. That's genuinely so impressive, and it's so shitty of that family member to, like, take and potentially destroy the copies. And I haven't heard any updates since. I don't know, there could be updates because this video's a few years old. I remember seeing it during the pandemic. So, you know, there could be some updates. I'm just not up to date with them. I hope there are some. Oh, excuse me. But, I don't know. I haven't heard any. Respected Jorge as usual, no, for real. Like, so much, he puts so much work into his videos, so much research. He really, like, takes a lot of time to understand the people who actually, like, go in and do these searches. Like, he tries to, like, go from their perspective. WVid, no, I love this video. It's probably one of my favorites from him. We're so close to midnight. No, for real. It is 11:31 where I'm at. I think we'll just look at that one more request we got. Just, you know, because I said I'd look at it. And then I'm probably going to go to bed because it's late. It's late and I'm tired. But I want to hang out with you guys. Almost noon here. Oh my gosh. Where are you? I think Accentique, you said you were over in, like, Europe, I believe, if I recall. I might be confusing you with someone else. My apologies. But let's read that other article and then we'll call it a night. The other one, okay, we got two actually. So we got the Southern Television Broadcast Intrusion, and then we got the Rabid Child Partially Found They Might Be Giants music video. So that one, this one's fairly short. So we'll start with this one because TV hijacking is kind of on the same level as the Max Headroom thing, and we're kind of staying on topic even though we took the Pink Morning cartoon detour, but it's all good. All for the sake of lost media. We got 28 minutes to midnight. We can do it. No, for real. I'll speedrun this shit. I'll speedrun it. I'll do what I do best and just speedrun the lost media. Nah, I'm in Central Asia right now. Hint, the only city with a subway here. Oh gosh, I have no idea. No clue. No clue. I have only been to Japan and Malaysia and Taiwan. Well, Taiwan was a layover, so I don't know if it counts. And, yeah, I have no clue. But accent take, like, it's cool. It's noon over where you're at. I am Uzbekistan? Oh, okay, cool, yeah. I've never been anywhere remotely near that side of the world. That's cool. That's cool. I like that I can reach people from far, far away. That makes me happy that my videos reach people from far away places. Anyways, yeah, let's read this article. I'm gonna zoom in a little. Alright. Yawn one more time. Alright. Southern television broadcast intrusion. Lost real-time footage of television hijack, 1977. Let me get into narration mode here. Let me switch into video Sakura mode here. Alright. Give me 1 minute, actually. Alright, we good. Alright. The Southern television hijacking was a television intrusion incident that occurred on November 26, 1977 at 5:10 p.m. The hijack managed to override the UHF audio signal transmitted by the Harrington transmitter while distorting the UHF video signal that was transmitting ITN News with the news reporter Andrew Gardner. Following the hijack, there was no agreed upon version of the pirate broadcast content, save that it involved an individual claiming to be an alien, variously remembered as Gilon, Vrelon, or Asteron, claiming himself a representative of an intergalactic association, and briefly warning viewers that they only had a short time to either learn to live in peace or remove all weapons of evil or end up leaving the galaxy altogether. Damn. Some War of the World shit. Ultimately, the message was much longer and, coincidentally or not, referenced several core tenets of the New Age spiritual movement, claiming that mankind was on the verge of entering a new age of Aquarius if they would eschew the evils of commerce and instead open their hearts and minds to the universe's cosmic truths and love. Holy crap. The speech lasted around 6 minutes, with the audio returning to normal during an episode of Looney Tunes. Oh my god. The hijacker's identity remains unknown. There was some confusion regarding what media of this broadcast intrusion was missing. For years, it was assumed that both the audio and the footage of it occurring in real time were publicly available, thanks to a frequently circulated video. However, the commonly seen video is a fake. Evidence confirming this includes how the reporter of the video is Cliff Michelmore during a report for local Southern television news, rather than Andrew Gardner reporting for ITN News. Additionally, a Cartoon Network logo can be seen in the Looney Tunes footage, despite the channel not even existing until 1993 in the United Kingdom. Ultimately, no known footage of the event occurring has been found. However, the broadcast intrusion audio has been found. On August 16th of 2008, YouTuber Paranormal uploaded both the intrusion and 2 news reports concerning the incident. A higher quality version was also available on the MB21 website, or MB21. So that's it. Let's listen to the audio. That sounds pretty metal. That's crazy. I've never heard of this. Oh, this is the Ashtar Command guy, Lamau. UFO cult. These dudes are nuts. Oh my god, Pig. How are you doing, Pigpen, by the way? Thanks for joining us. Yawn counter initiated. No, for real. What the hell does Age of Aquarius even mean? Jeremiah, I just know there's a song by the Mamas and the Papas called The Age of Aquarius. And I only know that because it's at the end of the 40-Year-Old Virgin. We're going way off topic, but yeah. Hang on, let me make sure my AirPods are connected. That was nuts though. What the hell? What the helly berry? Alright. Yeah, that's all I knew of it too. And anyways, I believe this is the audio. Yeah, audio of the hijack. So let's listen to some crazy shit tonight, I guess.
I love it.
It's a bop. It's a bop though. What the heck? What is this text?
These Tunisian nationalist leader
Jesus
Bishop
Christ.
Abel Muzarewa has accepted Mr. Smith's offer to negotiate an internal settlement based on one man, one vote. But, he says, there are conditions. These include stopping the execution of all captured prisoners of war.
What the hell?
In Australia, Mr. Kerry Packer's cricketers are still
9 minutes of this shit? Holy crap. This probably scared a lot of people back then. Holy moly. What the hell is I feel like I'm being brainwashed right now. What the heck? Oh, that's terrific. Imagine just hearing this randomly while you're watching TV in like the fucking like 70s.
We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world, so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your
These
world.
low resolution photos are not helping, by the way. It's kind of terrifying.
This is in order that you may share in the great awakening as the planet passes into the new age of Aquarius.
Jeez, Louise. Hang on, I'm not shocked enough to know what the fuck's happening right now. Okay, that's better.
Be still now, and
What the hell is on the screen? Is this a cult? It would help if, like, you know, if you were trying to spread the word of whatever the frick this is, it would help if, like, you could, you know, you could read it.
time for conflict is now past.
Just saying.
The race of which you are a part may proceed to the higher stages of its evolution.
This is horrific. I don't like this. This could have stayed lost, man. Like, just keep this lost.
Together in peace and goodwill.
I like these fucking 90s 3D spaceships.
And exist to pass on the light of the dawning new age to you all. You are free to accept the
Many go as wide as this. Then they run
Other
off.
things, yeah, it's going over a different. It's going over 2 different broadcasts. Like, it's going over the original broadcast, it seems like.
Representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command speaking to you. Be aware also that there are many false habits and guides of operating on your world. They will suck your energy from you.
Alright, well, that's enough of that, man. That was, that kind of sucked. Why is he mewing? I don't know, man. Now this is some lost media on the shitty spooky. No, for real. For real, what the hell? That shitty, like, I bet that audio filter went so hard in 1977, though. I bet that went so hard, like, people were like, oh shit, these are aliens. Wasn't there a TV hijacking like this that got filmed? I don't know. I'm not super well versed on TV hijackings. I know there's a lot of cases of lost media that get found and it's only audio, though. Like, gosh, like, hang on. Alright, sorry, I just had to check something. Okay. Recorded, not filmed. Hi Blurry Force, how you doing? I don't know. I'm not super well versed on this. This is wild though. I'm glad you're doing good though. I'll probably like read one more thing and go to bed. Honestly, I've been up for a bit. It's been how long? 3 hours. Several of the lost Doctor Who episodes were first found as audio recordings only, yeah. Why is that? Like I don't understand the like science behind that, if that makes sense. Like, were the audio tracks separate from the film back then? Is that why like the audio is found only in a lot of these cases? Like, I've always found that super interesting that a lot of like older lost media from the 70s, 80s, and even before that, only the audio is found. And I've never fully understood. Like, the TAT logo is another one. This one's crazy, by the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. It's just like a ending screen to a TV sign off. Hang on. The TAT Productions. Tatakae? No. What even is that? Tats Top Videos? What? Is it TAT or am I thinking something else? What is it called? It's like an ending screen, and like there's a whole community for like lost ending screens. Give me a moment. Okay. What was it? No, was it TAT? Yeah, TAT Communications. So this thing is like the most notorious, unbelievably like hard to find piece of lost media, and it's just an ending screen at the end of like TV shows, like just like a like it's a logo that flashes on the screen. And this was so notoriously hard to find for so many years. It's been discussed for decades, like literal decades, and it was recently found. So it just goes to show you that like lost media can just like take crazy forms. Like, I'll show you, like, this is another example of like only the audio was found for a long time, like just the like jingle of it. In the years since, only audio recordings of the full logo would be recovered, showing what the synthesized jingle had sounded like. So, however, it wasn't until January 1st, 2018 that a partial video recording of the TAT Communications Company logo was found on a video uploaded by the now terminated YouTube channel Panoni4. So, for all this time, people were looking for the super rare closing logo. This is like the end credits of the Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons was recorded on tape in front of a studio audience.
That's like a rerun from the early 80s, I believe. They were just like going to VHS tapes trying to find this. And we're coming to it. We're coming to it. That's it. That's it. That's a lost media, guys. And that audio was found first, and nothing else. And genuinely, this was such a huge find because this thing was so elusive for like literal decades. Like, there was discussion of it like on internet forums, but like no actual like proof of it. And people would make mock-ups and stuff of like what it looked like. Like, it is genuinely so fascinating. This is like ending credit things, like production logos. They have their own community in themselves, and it's so fascinating to me. It's such an interesting community. You should use the sound for Twitch follows. Oh, that would be sick. Oh my god, that would be so cool. I don't, can I legally do that? I'm sure I probably can, right? Pretty close mock-up, to be honest. No, yeah, like people were like on this for decades. I really didn't think about all the, I guess you could call little lost media, but it's abundant. Yeah, there's a lot of different niches of lost media. It just really depends on, like, you know, what makes good lost media as far as, like, content. It has to have, like, some kind of hook, like Pink Morning cartoon. It was really creepy looking, and then people associated with someone who sounded similar, who ended up being, like, a murderer, and then they ended up finding the lady, and the lady, like, had families, and they're like, you know, the family destroyed the VHS tapes. Like, there's a hook. There's a lot of hooks there, actually. You know, lost media can be interesting in its own right, but to make it content is kind of tricky. But there's so many like little categories like this that I think just should be celebrated and appreciated, like this and the CDs we looked at a little earlier in the stream, those Japanese CDs that would have just gone unnoticed by anyone if nobody like actually took the effort to like preserve them and find them. If the company's defunct, go for it. No, you're right, actually, Jeremiah. I'll think about it. That's actually kind of cool. That'd be a cool idea. I gotta figure out how to get, like, stream overlays, because I was using Streamlabs for so long, and I didn't realize Streamlabs, like, paywall stuff, that they shouldn't be paywalling, and now I'm in OBS with the VTuber, and I gotta just kind of, you know, figure out how that works again. So I'll figure it out. If it was lost, then it's fair game. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, lost media can take many different forms. You could add a lot of things like that to your alerts and such. Yeah, no, for real. I'll consider that. That's actually such a cool idea. But yeah, I'm gonna read that one last request, and then I will probably go to bed because I'm very sleepy, and I've been up since like 7 a.m. Can't believe how lost media has its own niche communities. No, for real. Like, back in like 2016, I think, is when I first started getting into it. I remember the community was pretty cohesive, like pretty together. And now there's just so many subcategories of it. Like, there's no like general consensus. There's no general lost media community anymore. Everyone has their own like little neighborhoods almost. It's crazy nowadays. Like, lost media has evolved so much just in the past 5 years alone since I've been, like, getting into, like, lost media creation. Like, I was just kind of a lurker for so long. Just, like, lurking and, like, looking into mysteries and just interjecting when I wanted to, like, be involved. But when I really got involved was probably, like, 2020 with my first early lost media videos. And since then, like, even since then, it has grown so much. So much. It's crazy. But let's read one more article and then I go to Sleppies. All right, Rabid Child. Someone recommended this in the start, and I didn't forget about you. I swear. Wink. I didn't forget. All right, Rabid Child. Partially Found They Might Be Giants music video 1985. So I forgot the basis of this, but it sounds pretty interesting. Let me get back into narration mode, back into YouTuber mode. Rabid Child is a song by the American alternative rock band They Might Be Giants, and is the 8th track of their debut album, the self-titled They Might Be Giants, which released in 1986. The song is relatively short and straight. The song is a relatively short and strange song, compared to others written by the band during the same time frame, which told the story of a young girl whose only form of communication was talking with passing truckers via CB radio. A music video was filmed for the song, but it went unreleased. The music video for Rabid Child was recorded at the same point between 1985 and 1986, and notably was not directed by Adam Bernstein, who had directed the majority of the band's earlier music videos. Rather, it was produced entirely by the Johns themselves, and consisted of John Flansburgh singing into a camera and grabbing onto a wall, and John Linnell singing in the back wearing a red carpet hat and playing the accordion. It also featured a band including soundman Bill Cross wearing masks of Liaquat Ali Khan and Arthur Collister. Okay. The music was recorded by Flansburgh in Flansburgh's apartment with a cheap video camera pointed at his kitchen. Okay. The only footage available of the music video can be found in Gigantic, A Tale of Two Johns, a documentary about the band from 2003. The clip was only included as a compromise with producer AJ Snack after he tried to fight to get the music video included as a bonus feature on the documentary's disc. I promised fans that I would ask John and John about it. Yeah, John and John. I was like, wait, John and John about including the full piece, and I was quickly but politely laughed out of the room, or would have been if we had been in the same room. Well, I don't know why they didn't want it included. So here's the only available footage. I might have to mute it because it's copyrighted.
Never now, rabbit ears.
That's a little trippy sounding. Holy crap. What the heck? Okay. That's kind of terrifying. Very surreal. Cats? Very surreal, though. What the heck? I've heard of the band They Might Be Giants, but I didn't know they were, like, that old of a band. I thought they were, like, something from the 2000s. That is so bizarre. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's only 12 seconds from what's probably like 3 minutes of a music video, right? That's insane. I don't know. And they were laughed. Wait, so the clip was only included as a compromise with producer after he tried to get the music video included as a bonus. So they just laughed at. I don't know why they didn't want it included. Maybe they just feel like it's shouldn't be released or whatever. I don't know. That's interesting. Oh no, they've been around doing music for Tiny Toons? Oh, okay, interesting. So they're kind of like, Devo, like how Mark Mothersbaugh did music for the Rugrats, I guess. I can see why they don't want to release the full video. Yeah, I mean, it seems very amateur, and it kind of seems like, it seems like a similar case to Meso Blues, in that, I'll explain, hang on. Whoops. It seems like a similar situation to Meso Blues in a sense, to that it's just a very early work of those creators, and they just don't want to show it to the world because they might not be completely proud of it, and even though it's something people really want to see that are fans of the work, they may not feel that, you know, it's as worth seeing as like maybe like their more finished works. So like Meso Blues is a prototype short film that eventually became Johnny Bravo, but it was like made in college, like before the creator like made Johnny Bravo, so it's very much amateur compared to what Johnny Bravo eventually became. So yeah. I recommend Istanbul, not Constantinople. Featured in Tiny Toons. Interesting. I remember Tiny Toons very vaguely. It was a bit before my time, but I remember one episode where like he had a soccer ball and it turned into like a dinosaur egg. And that's literally all I remember of that show, like on reruns and stuff. It's like the original audio recordings of Weird Al, where his percussion was him tapping on his accordion case. Interesting, interesting. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. But yeah, I can check that out real quick. I am getting sleepy, but Istanbul, not Constantinople. Is that a word? I don't even know that word. Okay. I don't know if I'll get claimed for this, but... Just stands for what? Okay. What? Punch out! Nani? I'll listen to like a snippet of it, because I'm probably gonna get claimed for this. Definitely feels very like Devo or Oingo Boingo or something like that. I'll save this. I'll save this and then I'll check it out later. Jesus Christ, freaky friend. That's interesting. Yeah, no, I did not know anything about this. Oh, it was the one with Punch-Out? Interesting. I didn't know Punch-Out had any affiliation with that. I'll check it out. I just don't want to be claimed on my stream because, like, last stream I was claimed for, like, 100 million things, and it was a little chaotic. Oh, but I like the art style. It's very cute. It reminds me of, like, Pee-wee's Playhouse or, like, you know, that kind of kitsch, Oingo Boingo type art of that era. No, you're good, Jeremiah. I'll check it out later. I just don't want to, because it's Rhino, And I know Rhino's a record label. I think like Aho's with them as well. So I just ought to be careful. Was it this one? What does Punch Out have to do with this? What? Okay. I didn't know there's a full-on music video for, Tiny Toon Adventures. Holy crap. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check this out later. That's interesting. I still don't know why Punch-Out's in the beginning, though. What the heck? No, that's cool. I vaguely remember Tiny Toons, but I don't remember watching it a whole lot, unfortunately. I watched it in one of my history classes about I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. That's cool, though. I have never watched Tiny Toons for a class, but I have watched, The Simpsons for a writing class once. We watched the, episode where Lisa goes to Washington to learn about how to write, like, episodic, stories and stuff. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night, y'all. I'm very tired. I think we checked out all the medias that are to be looked at today. It's been almost 4 hours. But yeah, I'm very, very, very tired. Hang on. Let me just scooch up here a bit with my silly... Oh, my cat ears were not even this whole dang time. Hang on. They wiggle, so I can't really tell. Okay. There we are. I hope you guys like my my Halloween costume. Maybe I'll have an actual, like, Halloween model next year. Really enjoyed the stream. Thank you. Thank you, Resident. We did it. We found Lost Media. Yes, Scribbles. Lost Media is no more. We did it. It's no more. It's no more, guys. Guys, it's no more. The cat ears are 10 out of 10. Thank you. I'm Beppis cat. Beppis cat. I still believe you should have Sakurita Lum. Words! Holy crap. I still believe we should have Sakurita Lum. Lamu-chan, yes. I love Lum. I genuinely love Lamu. I have a figure of her in my office. Like, genuinely. I'll figure that out next year, I swear. I'll even, like, change your hair tone to, like, match her more. We'll make it happen. I'll just keep streaming, and then I'll get that big streamer money, and I can afford those pretty models eventually. But yes, good night, Hoshi and chat. Thank you, Scrimpy, Scrimpus. Thank you, Scrimpy. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome, Scribbles. Did you get the Viz Media Rumiko Takahashi's Colors art book? Not yet. No, I have been busy buying stuff for my office. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this like in content, but I got a new office and I've had to buy a lot of stuff for it. Pepper Kamara, when's next stream? Maybe tomorrow. I'm not following a schedule as much because my health and video obligations get in the way. But maybe tomorrow. I will always let you guys know when I'm live, and like I'll warn you guys like a little bit before, like the day of. I'll be like, oh, I'm streaming today. Get ready, y'all. Bite down on the pillow. Bite down on the pillow. I'm going in raw. But yeah, no, I'll let you know. But yeah, bye Jade. Have a good night. Bye M Cooperative. Also good night and good day. We're already on November. It's already November. Oh, jeez. Oh, time goes by too fast. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. Yeah, happy November. Happy November, y'all. Time goes by too... I'm so sad it's almost 2026. Like, what the hell? Time goes by so quick the older you get, and I hate it so much. But yeah, guys, good night. I'll see you guys in the next stream. VODs will be up on both. I enabled VODs on both channels, so whatever you prefer. I'm sorry, YouTube chat. I can't see the YouTube chat. My iPad died, so I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. But I will, yeah, I'm gonna rest. It's 12:02. So yeah, Have a good weekend. Yeah, you too, Rickard. Thank you. Bye, Resident. Bye, Paprika Mario. Bye, Scribbles. Bye, Draven Havoc. Bye, M Cooperative. Bye, Jeremiah. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. I will see you in the next stream or video. Who knows? Overnight Bear. Yeah, good night. All right, bye, guys.